In a world full of chaos, we are your outlet to voice your frustrations. The world's first interactive podcast where the audience can become a guest of the show. Presenting your hosts, Devin G. Ewart and Patrick Martin.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. This is Season 1, Episode 34. We have Andy Henning live in the studio for your Monday night evening bliss.
Hello, everyone. May 24th. Oh, man. What a
Devin,
week, what a
why do
weekend.
you look so tan?
I don't know, man. They say the camera adds like 10 pounds, but apparently it adds like 10 shades of tanness.
It might be those
I
goggles.
thought the camera
You know what it might
added
be?
like 40 pounds. And
It's-
Oh, that's my excuse.
Or it could be
15
the God lights you
shades.
shut off.
The God lights.
Yeah.
I don't know. Patrick looks kind of pasty over there still.
that's okay because, you know,
Looked
I've
like
been
you walked
sick.
up from ground zero.
The first time he's ever seen light.
Fuck y'all.
How you doing, buddy?
Nah,
Nah. How's them nutty buddies over there, buddy?
I'm good.
Good.
Really good. I don't
And I get all these notifications. Frustration is live now.
Priscilla-
Devin is live
Priscilla
now.
says, I like the last girl better. Yeah, that's because it was you.
I like the last girl better. The last
Oh, what's
girl
up?
didn't have a beard.
What's up?
Like, I hope, you know what I'm saying? I don't like women with beards either.
What's up, Phyllis? How you doing?
Phyllis, we were just talking about you earlier. We were wondering if you were going to pop on the show. Sure enough, she did.
Yeah, Phyllis.
Jesus. Whew.
Oh yeah. By the way, Phyllis, I can sign into your Facebook now.
Oh, my Lord.
How you like that?
Uh-oh.
But no, I won't do that.
He's
That's
going to post nothing but nerds. And
You already signed out.
no. Actually, I can go in and I can get back into her Facebook.
I think I'm going to slow down on that.
Yeah,
All the alcohol
You
went
might
straight
should.
to the bottom of that crap.
You're
might
supposed to
see
stir
it.
it, brother.
So, in the best interest of the show,
Phyllis is drunk in Shreveport.
that was fast.
Damn.
Hey, that sounds like a movie.
Was she on?
Drunk in Shreveport.
Yeah, that does actually sound. That's a good movie title.
Hell
Drunk
yeah.
in Shreveport, but there's nothing to do because the casinos they don't pay out there, dude.
Hey, but at least there's free alcohol.
Okay,
Which is better than the ones
Okay.
around here.
I agree.
What does she mean? Same. Wait until I'm back. What does she mean by that?
Wait till she's back in the studio. She's going to steal all your candies, what she's saying. She's going to get a little bag and she's going to...
Hey, what? What candies?
He's got rat
Man, I
stashes.
got.
Oh no, she's
I got
talking about she's
stashes
gonna
over here.
like play with his Facebook account and stuff.
Yep,
She'll
yep.
be like, I'm gonna access your
Oh, Phyllis, you better not.
Like I've been hanging out behind your computer.
She's gonna
Don't
start
forget.
hacking.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
do
by the way,
I'll
I
do a
changed
guest
pa-
spot again.
I changed the password, so
Yeah, his password is now 1234. Just so anybody out there wants to know.
Why in the hell would you get my password away?
Shit, dude.
Shit, there goes all my passwords.
How did you? Why are you using the same password as me?
What? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Shit! Shut the fuck up.
Fucking cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
She said she can log into mine. No,
she said log.
you're not gonna be able to.
Yes.
Yes.
The 13-year-old strikes again.
Yeah.
The sophomoric humor is coming back.
So
What's the
So-
weather? What's the weather today?
are we
Would
gonna
you
go ahead
like
and
to have a weather forecast?
throw it into the forecast? Got it queued up, Devin?
I got it queued up. Like to hear it? Here you go.
All right, here's a look at that 10-day forecast. Thank you. Thursday.
TXU,
we
by
have
the
Here you go,
a break
guys.
from
It looks
the
like shit.
rain.
There you go.
86
That sums
degrees
up our
on
weather
Thursday
report.
With a mix of sun and clouds, but short-lived because as we head into the holiday weekend, the chance for pop-up showers and thunderstorms arrives once again, especially Friday morning and Saturday morning. And then as we go into Sunday, Monday,
Very, very
and also
moist.
Tuesday,
Yeah, it's
so
gonna
make
be
sure
a
you're
moist
paying
week,
attention to your
holiday
forecast.
weekend.
Wow.
Lots of moisture in the air.
Yeah, it all
I can't believe it's a holiday weekend.
it,
It's
it
like-
all came from the south. All the moist.
I mean, moisture usually does come from the south. That's just
Yeah.
the way it ends up
down
happening.
south is usually where all the moisture's
Like,
hidden.
the further south you go, the more humid you get. I mean, look at H-Town. So, you know, have you ever been to Huntsville? It's pretty humid down there.
Well, yeah, it's pretty humid down there.
Yeah. It is a bit moist.
Best time.
So anyways, it's going to be raining all week, which I hope that by some, God-given miracle, they take the rain out by next Saturday, because I'm ready to go hang out with Hollow Point Holiday
Yes.
and take out take out a beaver dam. All beavers have been removed. Just disclaimer right off the top. But anyways,
Yes, they will not be harmed in the making of this film.
yes.
We have 2 drones and 3 camera crew, so yeah.
If you guys want to check out Tom. What's Tom's last name?
Bevins, B-E-V-I-N.
Tom Bevins on his YouTube channel. It's called Hollow Point Holiday. Go over there if you like if you like his content, if you like what he's doing over there. Give him a like. Give him hit that smash that subscribe button. and
if you haven't done it
give
to
us some
ours,
love.
come on, you got to
Yeah,
do that
and just like ours, if tune into Frustration Unlimited and definitely smash that like button. Give us a follow.
Kim is in the studio. She says, "Hey, Sprouty, Mr. Moist, and Captain Balls.
Mr. Moist.
Let's do this." I love it.
Yeah.
Keeping that energy level high.
That's good. Who keeps hitting the mic?
It's this guy over here, because I can see it.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's the cup. It's
Okay.
vibrating everything whenever you. Hey, wait, where's the toasters? The cork.
Yeah, it's me.
Yep.
Sorry,
cork.
interrupted broadcast.
There you go. See, it absorbs the sound.
Well, still kind
What
of.
It's not as bad.
It absorbs the moisture too.
It does, because we don't want to have moist tables.
Yeah.
Bad.
I mean, moisture can be a good thing.
They might warp.
Sometimes moisture is a good thing.
Yes.
But anyways, I digress, as usual.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
So what'd y'all do this weekend? Anything interesting?
Nothing.
Hung out with you Saturday.
Yes,
For a little bit.
yes, did. Went down to the Shacks. If you haven't been to the Shacks over in the colony, check it out. Very dog friendly. Take your little fur babies. Is that what they call them? Fur babies now?
Yep.
Take the fur babies down there. It's a good family place. OMG tacos down there. Dirty burgers down there. What was that place that y'all?
Tackle Box.
Tackle Box.
Yeah, there's some really legit good seafood, which I was really surprised we're this far away from any type of ocean.
And for all you caffeine buzz chasers, they got a coffee shop there too as well. A very cool place. You should definitely head down and check it out.
Yeah, they got like 6 restaurants in one.
Caffeine?
It's like, I literally typed in Google one day. I was like, hey, there's got to be a place where you can like take your dogs and like drink and eat.
And there's a lot of places. They're just in
Like actually like have the dogs
Yeah.
run instead of being at your table, because we were worried about like dogs being next to us and trying to beg and bother everybody else for food. And so we're like, well, maybe there's a place where there's a dog park that actually has food and stuff.
and it just happens to have a mud pit.
Yeah, it turned into a mud pit because all the
That was
freaking
pretty
rain.
crazy, man. So
Yeah.
that was
Ryan said that's what she said earlier about the comments we had. Sorry, I had to break in. And then Kayla says, "Hi, y'all."
Hello.
hey y'all, how you doing?
Hey.
Where are we from? We're from Texas, where we say y'all.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hey,
y'all.
Talking real slow. Hey y'all. Word.
Yeah, we were trying to talk Ryan into bringing his big ol' ass mastiff dog that he has.
Oh, is that the dog that I can like throw a saddle on it and ride it?
Yes, you literally probably could ride.
That dog would just go lay in the mud puddle and not move the whole time.
It's pretty much.
While
what
the
he
little
was
dogs
worried
would just
about.
jump on it and be like,
Or run
yeah,
underneath it.
yeah. They like cool spots. They're big dogs, man.
Yeah. Oh, and his dog, man, he's the most loving, sweetest thing ever, but like slobber everywhere. So I could only imagine what the inside of his car would look like. Just
I mean, or if he rolls down the window, just.
roll down the side. Oh, at least it's been raining enough that it would like at least clean it a little bit,
kind of.
kind of, sort of.
Saliva got some nasty stuff in it, man. If you ever leave spit on a car too long, just your normal spit, it'll eat through the clear coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it bakes in the sun, that is.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just like bird shit.
All right, I'll spit on Devin's car.
That's dirty.
Then I'll run you over. Yeah.
Hey,
Ryan says his dog gets tired walking to the car.
That
sounds like Willow.
I believe that, man.
Shit, Willow's all she's done is slept all day.
I know she slept. She slept last night too.
Mastiffs
What's she doing
huge,
now?
Man.
Sleeping.
Little big old dogs.
Sleeping. Yeah.
And then when she was awake, like earlier, I posted on Facebook her freaking howling. When she is awake, that's all she does is talks, and then she goes back to sleep.
Huskies are cool, man.
Yeah.
I like to talk to huskies.
What are you laughing about over
You
there?
okay over there?
You all right over there, brother?
No, what you said about Willow?
What?
She waked up, talked, and went back to sleep.
Yeah.
That's the life of a husky, man. They
Yeah,
eat
Patrick
somewhere
always
between
goes,
their-
man, she has the life.
She does. She has the life, man. I mean, just eat, shit, piss, and sleep, and maybe play.
and talk.
Ryan Priscilla wants to know how much does a Mastiff weigh? We should let him play with Layla. She's got a big ol' ass dog, too. You two people and your horse dogs.
200,000
And Kayla
pounds.
said hi, Devin.
Kayla already said hi.
Hi.
Hi again.
We all said hi.
We all said hi.
We all made a point to say hello.
Thank you for singling me out. Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay, so
I don't even know.
Andy,
What's
Andy,
up?
I have a question.
Oh, jeez.
We're just jumping right into it?
Yes, we are.
I thought we'd at least talk about some stories.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
Five essentials to having a healthy relationship.
What are you talking, man?
What are the five?
Come on, man.
Come on now. What are the
Sleep.
five?
Sleep like Willow. Eat like
Do you want the manly 5 essentials?
Shit.
Do you want the manly 5 essentials?
Huh?
Yeah, what is the manly 5
Manly 5 essentials.
Moisture.
Really? Moisture?
Moist.
Moist.
Come on, five. Give me five of them. I want to hear them.
Are these multiple choice?
No. This is
I choose
five
I
essentials.
choose C.
No.
C is always
Well, you
the right
know what?
answer.
It starts with
So, all right. So 5 essentials. Okay.
I think Priscilla's onto something. Leave it to her.
Oh, look at that.
She nailed it.
What is it? What do we
Can't
got?
look at the comments.
No, I'll still
Phyllis
come
said,
I'll say my
Phyllis said the number one.
Phyllis.
She did.
Christ.
Phyllis said the number one.
What?
The number one essential in a relationship.
One.
The number one. It's communication.
It's not PP, by the way.
Oh, I know communication. No, I'm about to do the man one.
I want to know the man
That's
one.
communication.
Hold on. I want to hear the man one real fast. What's the man one?
Dude,
Are you
I've
still
been
making it
I-
up?
dude, man. That's not even communication goes beyond relationships. That's
But that's
not
that's
okay.
the
No,
number
that goes
one.
beyond romantic relationships. Communication goes into professionalism, friendship relationships. I mean, that goes. That's for sure, definitely one. But the man one is food. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? How was it put? And this isn't my quote, but it's like, good woman never lets her husband leave the house happy, horny, or hungry.
That's damn
So
good.
and when,
But I also like Ryan's answer.
That's
what's
not
that?
bad.
What's that?
Ammo.
Yeah.
I love how our manly answers are completely different.
The man
answers.
The manly answers are completely different than from what the woman.
No wonder men are on
Well,
bars
ammo,
when they're on
dude. I
penis.
can't say I'm not married anymore, so ammo, shit, I buy that anyways. Yes, that brings
Okay.
me happiness. That's like masturbation.
Okay, so number two.
I get I pick up my ammo. I'm an ammo sexual. I pick it up and I rub it all over me, and I like 24 karat magic in the air.
Oh God. Number two. Number two, Devin. What's number two and five? One's already been given. And no, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just talking.
Oh, she flipped you off.
She can flip me off anytime. I don't give a shit.
Hold on, I gotta
really.
post this. Patrick, not. If you are trying to
Worry
hit
about your own self?
your.
That's wrong, Kayla. I'm just talking.
Ooh,
I'm not
striking
saying
nerve.
nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Hey,
all I'm
everybody,
doing is I'm
Priscilla-
just talking.
On a side
That's
note,
all I'm
Priscilla
doing.
found ammo
And it's my podcast.
Hey, when Kelly gets her own podcast, she can talk about whatever she wants.
That's right. She can talk about
Damn
whatever she wants. If she came on, she can talk about whatever she wants. But I'm just talking about just, you know.
I mean, hey, at least
anxiety
we're not
is-
talking about balls.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm just talking
Shit,
about.
I found a way to get it in.
I'm just talking about anxiety, depression, and relationships. That's
So
all I'm
did she.
talking about.
anxiety.
That's all I want to talk. You know. So
Man,
unlimited frustration.
A relationship is just like life. It's all about what kind of mindset you have. If you have the mindset of, hey, I'm not happy here, or if he would do this, or if she would do this, and we would be happier. If you constantly have that thought pattern, you're always, if he would do this or if she would do this for me, it would make me happier. But the thing is if you're always looking for the next thing for somebody for you to do, you're not looking for the right thing. Happiness is, it's I forget what it's called. I don't even remember the term. But if you're always looking for happiness in the next place, the next thing, the next whatever, happiness is never going to be where you are if you're continually looking for it. You've got to find happiness within yourself, and then you can go have happiness in other places.
I agree.
You can't. Did you know you
I
can't
agree
say
with that.
happiness without saying penis?
Yeah, I agree. You got to be happy with yourself before you can
So
be
ladies,
happy with someone
happiness.
else.
That is very true, and that's
Yeah.
the key. Is you got to be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, then
You
it doesn't-
can't. Then you can't.
And then what ends up happening is
That's the same thing I told Molly.
yeah, exactly. And then then if you're around other people that aren't happy then with themselves, then they're basically anchors that are gonna drag
Like
you down and back.
mindset, respect, and communication are just like, and really good sex.
Okay,
Like,
Kayla, I
Yeah.
agree with that too. See, I can agree with you. All right, I can agree. Okay,
Yes, penis is important too.
happiness.
no, I didn't say
For
that.
the women, when you
I'm
say
not
happiness,
agreeing with
you can't
that.
say it
Oh,
like
you're not
that.
agreeing with that, Patrick?
No. I'm agreeing with what you
Patrick
said,
is
but-
Hey,
agreeing
maybe
with
we need to
penis
get
is
that
important.
troll back on here.
I know.
Sorry, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
it's all right. Okay, so number 2. We never got to number 2. What's the number 2?
Oh, I was saying that earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, respect.
The
RESPECT.
Like actually listening, not just waiting to speak or trying to understand their perspective or anything like that.
Well, doesn't that go back?
I'm admitting right now I talk too much. Surprise, surprise.
No,
Nah.
it's all right, man.
That's why we gave you a microphone, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yes.
you got to have communication, got to have respect.
But I think like the communication thing and the happiness thing, also the respect thing. You gotta have respect for yourself too,
Right.
in order for people to respect you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you don't have any respect for yourself and whatever, then other people aren't gonna have respect for you either.
Exactly. Hey, Molly, how you doing, my little pretty girl?
Boundaries.
Yeah. Okay. So number 3 is boundaries. Good job.
And I just have
Boundaries.
sorry, that
Okay. So, I mean, what about boundaries?
Yeah. Tell us about boundaries, Andy.
boundaries.
What are
I
boundaries?
mean, simple. Like to me, like my simple boundaries, super simple boundaries.
Uh-huh.
Don't cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie unless you're benefiting me, like a gift or something like that. And I'm trying to guess it, and you're like, no,
Oh, that's
and I
the
guess right, and I'm the one,
Yeah.
and I did guess right, and
Right.
you're like, no, not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like it was my benefit. Like I didn't mind. I'm gonna be honest. As a child, once I found out Santa Claus wasn't real, didn't mind being lied to. It was what it was.
Yeah.
By the time I think I was like 8 before I like, it's kind of weird that this thing comes down the chimney. But anyways,
This fat fucker fits down my-
sidetrack. ADD, my bad. But
Squirrel.
don't cheat, don't lie, and let me know. Like communicate. Like this.
Goes back
Right.
to number 1.
Those are like those are boundaries. Communication is a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Like hey, and trust me, I'm still a work in progress. Believe me, I think we all are. But yeah, you have to have clear boundaries, and it's. And if you have children, obviously there are others like abuse from either party. And then, of course, the most ultimate sin of like child abuse or child molestation. That's grounds for like immediately like
Gone.
I don't care if I love you, I should probably decapitate you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, you know, if you know, the other, it's my significant other, if I was married and family and whatnot, significant other was beating my child, that wouldn't be a case. If they were molesting, that would be a whole nother story. I'd probably like not think clearly at that point, but
Right.
but yeah, no, you know, those are simple kind of boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, don't be a sexual deviant. Don't be a cheater. Don't lie to me and tell me what the fuck's on your mind, and don't expect me just to know. Ladies, it's been said in so many comedy routines and whatnot. Don't fucking assume that we know. When you're like, we should know what's wrong. Don't assume that we always know. We know sometimes. Yes, we do. I'm not saying it's every time, but believe me, men are fucking stupid when it comes to those situations. We don't get it sometimes. So if you need to spell it out, spell it out. And there's a ways to be honest without being brutally honest. It's called difficult feedback. But yes, if a dude says, no, I don't remember, that's what the problem is. Don't expect us to push further to figure out what we did, because we're not going to think past that moment. Because like, we're walking off like, how the fuck does she expect me to know what she's fucking mad about? I don't have fucking ESP. Tell us.
Here's the best, Andy. Everything's fine.
No, I mean, I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
If you say every no, I
that is like the C word. The equivalent of the C word. If you call a girl a C word, that fine.
Hey, look, I'm 40 years old. If you say fine, I'm walking off. You know better than everything's fine. You're right, I don't know, but unless you want to, you're right, I do know not everything's fine, but unless you want to talk about it, I'm not going to sit there and fix it if you just keep telling me fine, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to go off and do whatever it is that I'm doing.
Right.
Kayla says fine.
I'm fine. Like
I'm biting my tongue.
men don't do, you know, if it's a
Kimberly's over here break out the crayons.
if it's blatantly obvious, yes, we know what's going on, but don't always expect us to get it. We are males. We are not emotionally equipped to figure out what some of you females are going through. Like it's you know,
we'd be rich if we actually knew what, you know, what they were thinking, what how they were feeling or whatever, instead of us.
No, you know, because as soon as we know what
no,
they're
I'm
thinking,
saying if we were
mind
readers, if we were mind readers,
they'd probably just like fuck with us because they know we can read their minds. Once the cat's out of the bag, they'd be like, I'd fuck him. And then we just spend all this money on him. And then it's like,
psych.
Peace out. Thanks for the ring. Thanks for the Maserati. I'm out.
Right.
Which, you know, in that case, I wouldn't fault him for that. Don't be a gold digger, but if dude's gonna give up that kind of bread just to have relations, then he kind of deserves that.
Okay, so number 4. Mm-hmm. What's number 4? Can anybody guess that?
Number 4, I see how he cleverly hid the screen for Andy, because I peeked on boundaries. I couldn't keep my mouth shut on boundaries. That's like,
no, it's okay.
Ow.
It's all right.
Punch
Number
my
4.
hand right through the boundaries. Fuck it. Sorry.
Number 4.
Number 4. Like, I mean, there's 5 of these motherfuckers.
Wait, how many have we gotten so far?
I feel like we pretty much have covered all of them. I mean, that technically goes back to what I was saying earlier. I'll leave it. I'll leave it open the air.
What is that called?
When I said no,
trust.
I was gonna let somebody.
Ryan said already.
I'll say it.
4.
Trust.
But don't, you know what I'm saying? When I say don't lie, don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if, like I said, if you lie, make it a small lie. Like, you know, like one of those goofy ones, like, you know, if you're spending money on shoes, and I know you are, as long as we're not like thousands and thousands of dollars in debt and the shoes show up at the house, I'm not really going to be upset and be like, I thought you told me you didn't get these damn shoes. It's just like if a box of 1,000 rounds of 223 shows up and I'm like, I'm not buying any ammo right now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Honey. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I don't mind that because, you do little funny things for each other and you act. And there's frustrations, but when you really love somebody, you end up letting it go. But lying in general, yeah, don't lie to me about big shit.
Matthew says, hell yeah, we're fucking stupid. Sorry, bro. I just saw your comment. I know it was a little bit late, but it reiterates.
Who said that?
Matthew Henning.
It just goes back to us not always knowing.
He's fairly new.
But yes,
really?
trust is.
Cool.
I mean, you have to have some kind of trust. I mean,
Yeah.
you cannot.
You gotta have trust.
You
Trust
cannot.
is, I think, probably one of the most important things.
Trust
Like
is very
Yeah.
important.
if your significant other goes out with like friends and stuff, you cannot constantly. So trust ties directly into anxiety. So you don't have trust. Your significant other's out with a group. And you just automatically think something's going on. So you sit at the house and it builds anxiety. And then next thing you know, you're blowing their phone up and you're the crazy boyfriend or the crazy girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. Checking in, giving a call. Hey, just making sure you're all right. Drive safe. Get home, babe. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like she or he didn't hear their cell phone, as long as they're really up to no good, I know there's situations, I see it all over reality television where, the dude or the girl is up to no good and that's why they're not answering the phone. I get that there's situations out there like that, but, don't call the phone 50 times. I'm one of those. I speak from experience because I'm the one who's done it. Don't think that I'm speaking on anything that I haven't done myself. So I'm not holier than thou when I say any of this. So just so we're laying that on the table, I may have called several times, but at the same time, those occasions that I've done that were former, and I knew something was going on. So
Everybody's done it. Everybody's done it. It's okay.
What do we do?
No, I mean, like what?
crack,
Like
sorry,
like-
shit, crack is whack. My bad.
No, I haven't done crack. But I mean, everybody's done it where they would blow up somebody's phone or blow up their girlfriend's phone or their boyfriend,
Oh,
or
yeah.
wife or husband's phone.
Yeah, Priscilla said, OMFG. Say it again, please, for the dudes in the back.
Wait, which part?
I think she's talking about the blowing up the phone thing.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
yeah.
it's
But that also goes back to communication too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have to communicate.
yep, you do. Okay, so
Man, I'm not keeping up with these.
now number
comments.
5.
Shit.
Number 5.
Copy and paste them all. 1, 2, 3.
Where's
4, 5.
the
Oh.
comments at, dude? Damn it, I can't see.
Number 5.
I like that.
What comment? What
Kim
comment?
says,
Last
if you
one.
want something on a leash, you may want to get a pet. Amen to that.
I have one,
That's true.
and man, he sucks on the leash.
Christy Kelly says, hey, listening in for the first time. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Christy, how you doing?
How you doing?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so
Jump
I
people.
love all these new people.
so
It's
number
awesome.
5.
Yeah,
so
it's
number
a good time to tune in too.
yeah. So number 5.
Oh, even Reagan says, what's up?
Number 5. So
Number 5. Where are we at?
number 5.
Let's do it.
Oh, sorry, Will.
What's number
Willow
5?
made it under me. Darn it, I'm not gonna mess with her.
Number 5. What's number 5?
So we said trust, right? Last one, number
Wait,
5.
Last one's trust.
sex.
Sex.
Good sex.
Sex.
Making love.
Okay, well, yeah.
Penetration.
Really good, like
Penetration.
solid
You know,
penetration.
Devin,
we ain't
only
just
you.
Then we ain't
only
just
you
hey,
would come up with that.
not, but no, like
Shit.
and the
You
real
know?
honest.
Glad everybody tuned in for this last
Yeah,
one.
no.
Oh yeah, everybody
I think-
tuned in for this last one.
Look,
Everybody knew it was
but this
coming.
isn't
They're
the
waiting
last
for it.
one.
Look,
Literally.
look. When you're in a true relationship where you love the other person, making love is a plethora. It covers a whole
Plethora of
a whole smorgasbord of different things, because some people literally do the making love, and then there's some people out there that they love each other, but they like to fuck each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me there isn't any women in this comment section that didn't watch 50 Shades of Grey. Like, look, and I
Yeah,
have
they're all-
girlfriends, and
most of the women are
Lindsay's
freaks.
not listening tonight because she's working, but I love her to death. But I'm like 45 shades of gray. Like I'm not quite 50, but I'm in, you know,
I'm 54.
I'm 54. See,
I'm 40
I'm fucking
shades.
54 shades.
he's got a dungeon and shit. Like, if you like, yeah. So
That's what that fifth room.
So I mean, making
is.
love.
Right.
The definition of making love is different, but you have to have that, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just not have sex. It's just not. That's what a friendship is.
All right. So
Right.
what's the real 55?
The real five.
The real 55.
55. I thought there was only 5.
I mean, the real 5. The real
Intimacy.
5.
It's
What is it?
support.
It's support.
Support.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
If somebody
It's
doesn't
in a
support,
healthy relationship.
if somebody doesn't
support.
support your dreams or what you want to do or who you are or how goofy, like in my case, I'm a fucking handful. But if your significant other doesn't support you, do you want to be with them?
No.
If they don't support your dreams, if they don't support, even
No.
if your dreams seem, you know, I will say stay focused and try to make money while you're going after your dreams, because I know there are dreams that seem like pipe dreams, like stand-up comedy, but there's some people really good at it,
Right.
And they make lots of money. So how can you say that's not a
Right.
But yes, if you're with somebody that isn't like, you do you, babe, like I'm glad for you. And even if like those small wins happen that nobody else really recognizes, but that person that's with you is like, you did a good job, babe. I love it. Even when you know that they're just kind of like, well,
I agree.
they'll still give you the criticism that you need.
Yeah.
But they'll still be like, you still did a good job, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be with.
It's nice to have somebody tell you, hey, you know what? You did a great job. You did a good job. I'm proud of you.
Do you want to hear that? Like, I mean, you did all right. I
could have done
guess.
better.
I think that things could have been
Bullshit.
better. There's a way to say things. I think maybe here you should have done this, or this is a good idea. You don't have to say you should have done better. You know what I mean? There's ways to deliver true feedback without being brutally honest, without intentionally hurting somebody.
So Kayla and Kimberly said about the same thing at about the same time, so I'll go ahead and
Right.
fix that.
Yeah, they did.
Kayla said, should always support one another, even if you don't agree. It's not your place. Your job is to support and be the cheerleader. And Kim says, yes, Andy, agree. Should be your biggest cheerleader. See, y'all two are on the same
I know.
Yeah, they're on the same page.
Don't get me
And
wrong.
on number 5, there can be sunshine beaming out of it, but if you don't have the other 4 things, the relationship is doomed.
I get it.
Done.
But I also say, and I say support everything, but if you're, you know what I'm saying, if your significant other's dream is to go out and like, you know what I'm
Be a
saying, like,
stripper.
no, be like a cartel drug lord and shit, then in that case, I'd be like, I don't know. You probably shouldn't support that. And unless that's your thing, but you know what I'm saying, at the same time, you know, it's not like Pablo's Escobar's wife didn't support him.
Priscilla says, I don't agree. Uh-oh, I want to hear this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Kayla says, Devin.
Oh,
You're number
Devin,
one.
she's
I'm
your
your
number
number
one
one
fan. Oh, at least you have a number one fan. Okay, 9 things that's bad in a relationship.
What the fuck is going on tonight, man?
I know, like,
shit.
9
Damn.
things, because
9
I'm hardly on the podcast.
I ain't trying to talk
He's got
about my
some time to make
divorce,
up,
man.
apparently.
Shit.
Come on,
Patrick's
let's,
on a fucking tear tonight.
let's do
Was he
this.
not on any of them last week?
No, I was on 1, and that was it. Okay, now.
But he went on Friday or Monday. So.
Okay, now, so the 9 things that are bad in a relationship.
All right, hold on. I got to throw this one out. Priscilla, if you want to pay some idiot on Instagram for classes or something, I'm going to be brutally honest and tell you you're an idiot. She's referring to her daughter
Yeah.
who paid a shit ton of money to some Instagram person to make her Instagram famous.
Sprout, are you trying to
Yeah.
hook someone? No, I'm not trying to hook someone. I'm just talking. Is this Dr. Phil? It can
This-
be. It can
yes.
be Dr. Phil. I can make it Dr. Phil. I can do that.
Kayla, if you hadn't noticed,
so.
we've had a few Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
moments.
we've had a few. All right, so 9.
No, Jesus fucking Christ.
9.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
9 what?
God fucking bless America.
Yeah. Hookers.
Dude.
Hookers.
Hookers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's number one.
Hookers
All right, so-
don't
so
be
anybody
if
out
you're in a
there-
relationship, don't spend money on a prostitute. I mean,
That's
duh.
stupid. Why would you want to do that and use your card anyway? So
Hookers and blow. The
That's
1 and
true.
2.
No, you know
One
what
and
you
two.
do is you get really charming and you make them laugh and you get it for.
Okay. So
Sorry,
you
just
see,
joking.
you see what Phyllis said?
Oh man, I'm getting myself in trouble.
She says, "I will not support dumbass decisions."
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right.
All right.
So
Hawkers. Ryan
What is-
said hawkers.
So what?
I think you meant hookers.
So what is number one? Number one in a bad relationship. What's the number one?
Insecurity.
Insecurity is one.
which leads
Yeah.
to which
All right.
leads to number one, controlling.
Dishonesty.
That's it.
Controlling, being
Your
controlled.
partner decides what you can and can't do. That's number one.
Look, hold on. Before we say that, if we're at the casino and you put our car on the line for a fucking bet, oh, I can tell you what the fuck you can and can't do. That is not happening. I don't give a fuck. I got a fucking royal flush with the no. We got to get our kids back and forth to fucking school. Don't you put now? I get. I'm going extreme, but
Yeah.
there are some things that true. That goes back to
Right,
communication.
Kayla is control.
What?
No, I was just
Control.
Yeah, I was just
Number one.
telling Kayla. Right, control. I'm agreeing with
Ryan, what are hawkers?
hawkers.
Yes, he
saying
said.
hawkers.
He's like, get the hawkers. Damn
Hawkers.
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 Honkers.
Oh yeah, white lightning. Oh yeah, white
Okay,
lightning.
so-
hawkers.
That was number one.
Well,
Number
give
two.
me some of them hawkers.
Number
Knock
two.
her down off them hairy hinds.
These hawkers at.
What's number two?
Be hawking the jizz.
So what's number two, Andy?
Let me for it without looking.
Yeah, this sucks. I can't see shit
hold
over
on,
here.
number two.
No, we're telling you what
no,
it
no.
is.
I want to. Before I'm like, I want to. Man, I don't know.
Your partner isn't encouraging you to grow as a person. That's number two.
Partner is encourage you to grow as a person. True. Yeah. I
Someone
agree.
says over and over again, lying.
Lying. Everybody is saying lying.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna trust me. It'll probably come
Wouldn't
up. Here in a
lying be
second.
under trust?
That goes back to trust.
It goes back to that. Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for happiness for the women.
Well, yeah.
Happiness?
Everybody wants.
You'll never say
everybody-
happiness the same thing ever again.
everybody
you can always
wants-
put an emphasis on a penis.
Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants simple. Everybody wants whatever.
In the transcript, you should edit it and just underline the last letters of happiness.
The last letters are what?
Happiness.
You want me to spell that out for you?
Yeah, you can spell that out for me. Spell it out for her. What the fuck?
Actually, it spells pines. I don't know how you spell happiness.
Oh well, I said it. I said you can't say it without saying it.
Hold on, Kayla asked me a question. Patrick, is the can and cannot directly relationship involved or just basic life and daily activities? Yeah, I see.
I
that.
mean,
I see that, Phyllis.
It's a little bit of both.
Yep. God.
Penis. Man, I will never grow up. I fucking refuse.
Oh, Jesus.
40 years old and I'm still fucking
Wow.
dropping.
Everybody
15-year-old
just do
fucking
it.
jokes.
Really?
I did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
All right, so
No, we don't want happiness penises either.
Yeah.
gaslighting.
Thanks, Andy.
Hey,
I can't look at happiness ever the same again.
You can't say it the same ever again.
No, you
It's
can't.
gonna sound like you're saying happiness.
Hap penis.
Happiness.
Happiness.
I can't hear it the same anymore. Damn it! I've ruined it for myself.
Think your penis would be in the middle of happiness.
Yeah.
Hey,
You can't have happiness without
Really?
penis.
I'm happy when I'm using it. I'm just saying, even when I have to go to the take a piss really bad, it's like relief. I'm still using it.
Penis is penis is not in happiness.
It's not.
No, we know.
We know.
We know.
We misspell it off.
It's really like hap pines, but
It's
still
pines.
hap penis. I will ruin this word for you.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
anyways, balls. Let's get back to it.
Number 3.
Hey, so I see you got there. You want to give that one out?
Huh?
I see you got it up. telling.
You got it up.
You
We're
tell him?
talking about.
Yeah. Gaslighting. Yes, I do.
Yeah, they're gaslighting you.
So I'm one of those when I get in a fight
Uh-huh.
or when an argument.
You give in easy?
No. So I am very intelligent, so I know exactly what to say and some fucked up shit to say.
I'm sure you do.
But the thing is like I instead of letting it go, like letting the words fly out because I don't want to be hurtful, it turns into octave raising.
Yeah.
Like for each insult that I hold back, I get louder. I start yelling because I won't, and I don't call names, or at least I do my best not to. I'm not like,
Yeah.
you bit a bitch. No, that is like that doesn't happen.
Right.
But my voice gets louder and louder. Once in a while, a fucked up insult, but the shit that I could say just because it's like in the heat of the moment, especially if I've been drinking. Like, man, don't say that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like you could it legitimately and alcohol's a lot to blame for that. So that's why you should do your best to avoid arguments. When
Well, a
you're
lot of
drinking.
times in an argument, it's like this. So somebody sets the bar, right? And then, of course, you're fucking pissed off and you want to raise that bar. And then they want to raise that bar. Then you want to raise that bar. And before you know it, shit's exploding.
But if you just raise the bar to where the other person breaks down in tears right off the bat, you don't have to worry about raising it any further. And that's
No,
where
not
my,
really. You
that's
don't
where
have
my
to.
brain would fucking go. And it's like,
Kayla said, I love you, Boo Bear.
no.
Oh.
seriously? Why are you trying to get me to fucking tear up on the show, man? Oh, sweet.
Tear up.
Look at those love
God.
birds.
Yeah.
Love you, Kayla.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
She's doing that on purpose.
So nice.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Oh.
Too bad I don't.
Oh.
Too bad.
She's calmed everybody down.
Oh, see what they were
That's the first
escalating?
time I've ever seen that shit.
Hey, well,
That she
hey,
calmed everybody down.
she,
right?
she calmed everybody down, but here we are, like,
Oh.
stuck. What's next? Let's go.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Gaslighting. We're
The
still
next-
talking about gaslighting.
Yeah. The next one, they.
No. We haven't even got into gaslighting.
What
we
the
just,
fuck?
just like we need to keep on talking about it. What are they saying there?
Yeah, I
want
wanna-
this.
What? On gaslighting? It says, in which a man psychologically manipulates his wife and causes her to question her own reality. Gaslighting is incredibly common in a toxic relationship. If you express concerns about your relationship and your partner weighs them off or causes you to question the legitimacy
Ryan, why are you always talking about purses?
of
Sorry.
your own emotions, that could be a sign of you being gaslit.
Huh. You're out of focus.
Did you hear that?
Something about lighting gases.
Oh God.
Farts. So like lighting farts or something?
Yes, women also gaslight. I gaslighted in Boy Scouts. I was sitting in front of the fire. And I was like, Butch, bend over. He's like, I was
Yeah,
Yes, Priscilla. Women do gaslight a lot. I know a lot of them.
a lot.
A lot.
yeah,
A lot.
they eat beans too.
Yeah,
Come
they
on.
do.
Yeah. So
I
your
knew-
feelings.
I knew tonight would be entertaining.
Okay, so your feelings. Sorry, your feelings are legitimate, and no one should make you. No one should make you feel differently. If your partner is flipping your concerns back to you instead of addressing them head on, it's important to step back and see that
Hey, here's the
technique
thing.
for what it is.
Here's the thing.
What's
gaslighting.
When your girl puts her foot down, and she's like, "Stop treating me like a child," you should give her a shiny star for standing up for herself.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Here you go.
I'm
Here's a
proud
star.
of you, babe.
So I'll just go out and go buy some stars for Devin so he can give it to
Sorry, that was
Kayla.
apologize. It was extremely
kidding.
sexist of me.
I'm joking, Kayla. Come on.
Very
It's
sexist.
like, love how relevant comments don't get attention. But we're talking about all of them.
We're talking about all of them.
Jeez.
I mean, it's like nonstop.
Speaking of
all the
attention.
comments are like nonstop.
Priscilla says love is also a fucking trap. There, you want us to
Yeah.
talk about all the comments? We'll talk about
You know
all the
another fucking trap?
What's that?
Is that, wait,
Vagina.
China. The biggest trap.
that's the biggest trap.
Look.
But
They
you know
say
what?
they say chivalry's dead, and that's absolutely right. And women killed it, and vagina's the box they fucking buried it in.
Yeah.
A fucking man.
Another one
Ryan
is
says,
Just kidding. I opened
like a
doors.
star in elementary. Yes, we're gonna actually have a
like
star
a
chart.
star. Like
I
a
opened
shining
doors. I
star
opened
that
doors
we
for.
And we'll
for
even have
my
a little
lady.
treasure chest. They
Yeah.
can get a little shiny prize out of.
Right.
I act
Right.
big, but I'm
Hey,
actually.
and the
sweet,
more
so
stars you get, you might even get a shiny ring out at the end of the tunnel.
Stop it. Did you get enough tickets? Are we going to Chuck E.
Really?
Cheese?
Yeah. It's like, she win a fucking prize.
I act like I'm a badass, but I'm actually very, very.
You're
I open doors and walk closer to the street and all that. I'm very old fashioned.
That's because our parents raised us right.
Yeah,
That's why.
But I also open doors because I want to look at her booty too.
That's true.
My girl.
It's also why you let them up the stairs first. Because,
Yeah, that too.
Well, I do that so I can put my hand on her booty.
Okay, so
You gotta help.
another trap. You know what another trap
in case
is?
she falls. Yeah, go ahead. What?
You know what another trap is?
Booty.
Child support.
No, not child support.
Ryan
Go ahead.
says 5
No.
stars, you get a prize.
Booty is a trap. I'm telling you.
No.
Booty will make you
no,
do
no,
something.
no,
Anyways,
no.
all right, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, Priscilla,
Another-
go waste some money. Have a good night. You and your boyfriend, thanks for
Hope you
tuning
win
in.
something.
Yeah, I hope you win a shiny prize.
I agree with Kim.
Let us know how many tickets you get.
I
If you go to
agree
the
with
prize
you.
counter.
All right, let's see what Kim says.
I agree.
Gaslighting manipulation will emotionally bankrupt you. It's when I stop yelling you have to worry, because then I don't care and I have crossed over into scorched earth mode.
Oh, I missed Scorch. I thought it just said
yeah.
Earth mode. I was like, Earth
Yeah,
mode? Does she?
yeah.
Is she like
I thought
Groot?
she was going to say
like,
beast mode.
I am Groot. She starts whipping everybody's ass. Anybody who hasn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy wouldn't get that. So
No, I haven't seen it, so I don't get it.
fuck, man. So disappointed.
Okay, so another trap. Can I get to the other trap?
What's the other trap? I don't know, Kane.
Yes.
Bees in
Let
the
him-
trap.
let him-
Bees
let him-
in
let
the
him
trap.
go. I want to hear
Jesus
this.
Christ.
What's the other trap?
It actually happened. It actually happened to me when right before I met my kid's mother. All right. The other trap is that when they tell you that they're pregnant and they're really not.
Well, yeah, that's a trap.
It sucked, and I mean it sucked. I mean it just sucked everything I got. I mean all the money that I had.
I'm sure she sucked. She like a good Hoover
I got that.
vacuum. What was that? What is that? The one we were just looking at?
That one.
Oh, I mean that was. I think we talked about that.
We already
earlier,
talked about
respect.
that. And we just talked about that one.
I don't like. I this next one.
What's the next?
Let's go. You drop it now. I'll yeah.
Drop it like it's hot.
They use sex as a form of manipulation.
Look, dude.
I've been in
Sometimes
relationships. That
Sometimes I don't mind that. Like, I think it's cute. Like, hey, can we go get, lobster tonight? Next thing you know, it's like, yeah, dude, I don't, I think it's cute sometimes. If it's legitimate manipulation, like gold digging, specifically gold digging. If they're just doing it, you're buying them a car, and you can't get them to give you the time of day, but when they come over, all they do is fuck you and then leave, and then you give them money. Oh, daddy, can
Ryan
you
says yes,
float me
please.
a couple $100?
Yeah.
use me and abuse me. My credit
Right.
card.
Ryan's married, right?
Yes.
He's like, yes. Anytime I get sex, yes. Manipulate me, baby.
Manipulate the hell out of me. And Reagan said earlier, he said, if only this podcast would have been here 5 years ago, LMAO.
Nah. And actually, you know what? Thank you for that. That's actually like a compliment. Like we're actually talking about something with substance this evening.
Right. Ryan says double
Yeah.
down.
No, on Mondays we're usually like Andy's busy over here being a 15-year-old while you guys are like broadcasting the news and letting him know what's really going on. Andy's just like being stupid.
Right. Okay, so
Well,
the
he
next
sipped
But
on
we're
a
getting your
sippy
spin
cup.
on it.
So we're getting
Sometimes.
a next one. Here's the next one. I'll say it.
More? There's more.
There's more. Yeah, there's like 3 more.
All right, cool.
All right. You feel like you can't open up to your partner. Ooh. Everybody's quiet.
Fucking silent as fuck.
Yeah, everybody's quiet.
I've caught myself with Lindsay a couple times, like the reason like I could appreciate why she felt like she couldn't open up, because there was a couple times like, I mean, I'm not gonna put her business out on the air, but
No,
there's things I can't understand because I'm not in her shoes, and it's hard for me because I've been through. I'm all about mindset. Like I'm naturally inside, even when I'm depressed, the type of person that's like, never been suicidal. I still find a reason to push on, especially because I'm a father now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm all about mindset, and that's just because that's my particular medicine, my particular coping mechanism. Like I still have a deep, dark depression days and stuff, especially when Jackson's not around, or if Lindsay's has to, can't spend the night that night, and I'm spending the night in a quiet house. Mm-hmm. But for me,
silence is death.
For me, I do stuff, and I change my mindset. That's not the same for everybody, and so I sometimes when she tells me something, and I get my mentality that's right for me, and I approach her in what she's telling me, which we've worked on, so she feels better about talking to me about things. But there was a point, like in a couple times in our relationship, when I'm like, well, if you really just change how you think about it, and she's like, no, you're not understanding. There's other things at play with me, and at play and my emotions and whatnot. And like I said, I can't put her business out, but that's definitely a thing. Like you gotta, even if you can't figure out why your partner acts a certain way or reacts to something a certain way, doesn't mean that you should, not get that what they feel like. Because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it obviously doesn't make sense to them, and you have to be able to put yourself at least out of your shoes, maybe not in their shoes, and just shut up and listen instead of telling them what you think they need to do.
I think it's important for males and females to say, hey, there's 2 things. Either you want me to solve something or you want me to listen. And before you started any type of conversation...
Can you hear me for a minute?
What? Can I hear you for a minute?
Yes.
That's what they would be asking you.
Oh.
Can you hear me for a minute?
Well, my thing is...
I thought he was asking you too. I was like, yes.
No.
I can hear you. Like, yeah,
No. I'm just saying that they would. That's what they would say. Is that? Can you hear me for a minute?
Yeah.
Well, that's
or can you help me solve this?
But as I'm saying, as a man, they need to go. Like we have 2 avenues as a man. That's what we do. And this goes back to what Andy was saying earlier. We're either going to solve or try to solve whatever you're about to tell us, or we need to listen just so that you can vent. But we need to know which shoe we need to have on, because if you just want to vent, then we're just going to sit back and listen.
That's the problem, dude. We don't have enough shoes in our closet. Have you seen a woman's
I know, that's
shoe
why
collection?
women have a million
Correct,
shoes.
correct, Christy. Yeah.
Have you seen the thing is we can't put on all the women's shoes, but I granted, Lindsay would probably argue about my shoe collection, but but it's you gotta.
Reagan
the thing is sometimes it's not brought to you with can you hear me? Sometimes it's hostile, and that's why we stop listening. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Reagan also says when you try to open up and they degrade you or understand you, or they point blank don't give a fuck, that's when I shut down. I think he means misunderstand.
Yeah, misunderstand. Yeah,
misunderstand.
And
then Christy says it goes back to communication.
Right.
So
more than communication's effective communication.
Right.
Because you're communicating.
That's
but
actually
is it
exactly what I was about to
one
say. It goes back to communication.
That's one of the things. One of the things is if you shut down, that's.
Thank you for that, Christy. By the way.
Yeah. If you shut down, that's one of the. I mean, one of the. It's a bad thing to do is to shut down, and that's where I'm. Like right now, I'm trying not to shut down and everything, and not trying to shut down on anybody. And
it's hard, dude.
But that I know that if I have a lot of things on my mind and it's all scrambled and everything, my thing is, and Devin knows this, and so does my kids. They know that I have to sort everything out in my head first before I actually come out with everything. You know what I'm saying? I do.
Not Andy.
Yeah, not me.
I'm very,
Well,
I'm
I mean,
very
some-
reactional.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
right
me.
I'm very reactional. I do work on it, and I'm a constant work in progress, but I'm very reactional.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm reactional too, but I do that. I mean, you see me do
Yeah.
that where I'm really, really quiet and I hold things back and I try to sort everything out and then I come out. I don't want to be an asshole.
I want to speak to that one once Patrick, that last one. I want to speak to that.
The one, Caleb?
Yeah, but I want to hear Patrick's
Yeah,
thought
but
first.
I was going to go back to Ryan's, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
but
I feel bad because we're like 20 comments in and I'm like trying to get back.
Oh, hold on. I want to hear what Patrick.
Okay,
has to say
so
real quick.
that's how I am. I never used to be that way. But now, as I got older and I got past freaking 50, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't give a shit anymore. So the thing is that I sort everything out in my mind, and then I come out with it without trying to be an asshole and without trying to.
Hold on. What you just said is an oxymoron. You want to know why?
Why?
You said you don't give a shit, but then you take the time to think about what you said. Those two negate each other.
Well,
They're the opposite. Obviously, you give a shit. That's why you're taking the time to think about
but
it.
I'm thinking about not giving a shit.
there you go.
Whenever I hear oxymoron, I think it's
There you
somebody
go.
who uses too
There you
much
go.
pimple cream.
Okay. fine.
Oxycream?
Oxycream. Oxymoron. So, anyways, go ahead.
But no, I'm like that. So I mean, now I am because I used to react really fast to someone being an asshole or my ex being a complete, yes, I'm gonna say it, bitch, because of what she did to me. But
You know what I find myself a lot of times is like you just want to write the message, but then just never send it. But it feels good to
Dude,
get it out.
That's true.
Get it out,
There's
and then
those,
it's like, okay, it's
those mock text
Just
message
start your-
videos that
start a
and then you see
journal or
it. He's like
something.
erase. Yeah.
why do I have to pick dinner every fucking back?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Where would you like to eat? No, hey, so
I love those.
So
Yeah.
can we post Kayla's comment real quick?
All right,
I want to speak to this
right
real
here.
fast here.
Okay.
So read it for me.
If opening up to someone and the other responds immediately, that means you really aren't listening, but instead the other is focusing on a response.
So what this is called, and what she called, is called responsive listening instead of active listening. This is something that is covered in self-help and workshops, all kinds of self-help books. This is key to communication, is active listening and not responsive listening, because responsive listening is the same as reactionary listening. All you're doing is you're not focusing on what the argument is. All you're doing is waiting for them to finish so you can get your point across. And as they're talking, you're adding points to your point real quick so you can just basically discredit everything that they're saying. In an argument, that's what it is. Now, in a conversation, it's a little bit different. It's a conversation, but an argument, yes, what she's talking about is responsive listening, and what you need to practice, or what you should, not need, what you should practice every day is active listening. Like actually hearing what they're saying instead of wait until they're done so you can get the next word out.
not bad.
But what if you have something that needs to be said?
I know, trust me, I get it. I'm ADD.
I know,
By the time
that's
I
why-
let you get all that thought out, I'm not going to remember my side of the fucking argument.
Exactly!
Well, keep a fucking pen and a pad while they're doing it right there.
Damn you, Andy!
Damn, Devin. That went straight in my drink.
Did it really?
What'd you do?
Oh,
What'd you
shit,
do?
did we get that on camera?
What'd you do?
It literally bounced right into his fucking drink.
Nasty.
Oh, we got
nasty.
man down.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
All right, so Reagan said, oh yeah, Kayla, thanks, Andy.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. That was good.
Everyone else.
Sorry I ruined your drink.
Then Reagan, yeah.
Reagan says, I don't
got
shut
it.
down
Yeah.
very much anymore. I don't hide my emotions, but I do get my point across, and I do let them know how I feel, whether they give a shit or not. but I do usually cut them off. See, I'm the same way because I don't. It's not that I want to cut them off. It's like
you want to
it's
get the
relevant.
thought out, but that's
because it's relevant in that moment.
That's the definition of responsive listening. You're not hearing what they want to say. You just want to get your thought out because you're not worried about it because you think you're so right. That's exactly what yes, it is, Devin. Stop it. You think you're right. Stop it. I see your Devinisms all the time. Stop
I
it.
am right until proven wrong.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I have to agree with
Fuck both of y'all.
You think I've known him for a few years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Kayla
shit.
says, text yourself during listening. Why? So I can hear myself again?
Textures. That's actually funny. I like that. I'm gonna text myself a reminder.
One-sided. That's hilarious.
I need to. Next time we get in an argument, I'm gonna say this motherfucker.
Kayla's face palm.
But yeah, that's the thing is like you so badly want to get your line out, even if it's relevant or not, that they're not able to get theirs out because you're shutting them down.
But why should there?
I have to,
What they say is
dude.
more important.
Every single argument I get into, I have to work on this actively, dude. Like it is so difficult, especially with ADD, because I can't remember. And when I
know, it's
when I
hard.
can't remember, I get even madder. I'm like, I don't remember what the fuck I was gonna say, so I'm just gonna fuck you. Like
Fuck you, fuck off,
and
I'm out.
like no, I get it. Trust me, but the at the end of the day, man, like life, you can't control life. All you can control is how you react to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like negative shit's gonna happen. What are you gonna do with it?
A little bit ago, everyone has to respect everyone's past. We all have to be open-minded about the things that happened in all out life's past.
Yeah.
Word.
Okay,
That
next.
voice of reason.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Number 7.
Oh shit, we're still going.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
still
we
going.
only on 7.
Damn. All right.
We're only on 7. There's 9.
All right, cool.
Okay. Number 7.
This is you feel like you're being bullied.
You feel like you're being bullied.
Stand up for yourself.
I knew you two motherfuckers coming after me.
God damn it, stand up for yourself.
I'm not coming after you.
I ain't hiding my balls. Bully me. That's my balls.
Bullying.
Put balls on.
Okay. So, everybody out there, the next one is you feel like you're being bullied in a bad relationship or life.
Yeah.
Life, relationship, whatever. So, what do y'all got on that one?
Bullied is simple, man. It's like whenever you're like, it goes back to support. So, it's like it ties into that. So your significant other comes to you and wants to start a business, and you're like, come on, what do you know about a business? You can't even start up a business. You can't even put the salt in the potatoes right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it turns. I'm not saying it is exactly bullying, but it turns into bullying fast. Like you don't even know how to balance a fucking checkbook. Why do you know what? Let's figure out how to balance a checkbook together, and let's see if we can actually get you to start a business.
Right.
That's the whole cheerleader.
And then what Kayla said. A man that cannot stand up for himself is such a turnoff.
Which I'm like, when she said that to me, I'm like going, so you're purposely trying to instigate fights so that you get turned on? Is that what that's how I read that, right?
Yeah. So she gets turned on by you
Standing up
standing
and
up for
arguing.
yourself.
I'm not gonna lie,
the
man.
fuck?
Like when you, and
This is some
I don't
fucked up
mean
shit.
I don't
This
mean
is
like
fuckery.
I don't like the knockdown dragouts. I really don't.
Teamwork.
But the heated arguments like
Teamwork.
that end up like at least getting worked out, and then you have that makeup like
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
the hair pulling and like ladder climbing. I mean, sorry. Like you hear beep beep, like you hear construction sounds coming from the bedroom that day. The cat calling.
Jackhammer.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, shit.
what did Reagan say? Reagan said, "No, I'm not me saying what?
No, comma, not me saying fuck you.
Me
Cutting someone off is removing myself from conflict, not important conflicts, but like little shit. I don't like arguing at all, but yeah, I'm sure you understand.
Okay, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, stand up for
I mean,
yourself. basically.
most guys do that.
If your significant other pushes you around and tries to make you feel stupid, you probably shouldn't be with him.
Okay,
Number 8.
A weak man that agrees just to avoid confrontation dries things up. Then you put #no moist.
Right. Right?
No, there is
Nice.
there is occasionally. Don't act like there isn't, ladies. There is occasionally.
Ryan says I only have air sirens here.
when we do agree, we get that booty.
Sometimes.
Okay, baby.
So what about
Sometimes.
when you agree to disagree? Because to me that's the biggest cop out.
I don't know.
How do you feel about that?
Are we having sex later? Like,
Well, not you and me, bro.
oh my bad. Did I make too much eye contact there? My bad. I mean, that's how I'm talking to Lindsay.
Okay, so what was it again? What did you read it?
Yeah, you feel like you're being bullied.
Oh yeah, I thought we were on to the next one.
Oh, next one.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ, man! We guys like all these are just like reiterations of the other one.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
I
that,
guess
okay, here it is. Here's the next one. All right. They're totally unwilling to compromise.
Oh.
look, if I want to go out and fuck other women, you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, there's no compromises on this shit.
Wait, what? Like that's messed up, man. No, I know that compromise is different than that. I get that, but I was making a joke out of it. But yeah, you have
Again, it's like what I said on the other podcast when I was talking about it, is that compromise, you meet in the middle.
Right.
You meet
So-
in the middle, you're arguing.
Now we're not
But
saying
that's-
we're not. It's not. Let's make it clear. It's not saying compromise all the time.
Right.
It says they are totally unwilling to compromise. Like,
That means all the time.
let's say, for instance, let's go ahead and tackle this. Let's throw some vaccine in it. Let's say my significant other went and got their vaccine, and I'm like, "Fuck, I ain't doing it."
If
Eh,
you love me,
If you love, come on,
Oh,
we did
my
this
God.
and that. Like, no, that's one thing I would not compromise on.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, do you want to get a cat instead of a dog? Well, that'd be tough. That would be really, really tough. I don't know if I don't know if I want to incriminate myself on that one. I may not want a cat. But yes, totally unwilling.
Ryan says, if I want pancakes with spaghetti, deal with it.
That's okay. You don't have to compromise.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a compromise. Like,
I'm sure the
you're
wifey
a
is-
grown ass man. Like,
Yeah, your wife's not going to fight you on that one.
My
Right.
significant other be like, you want to be a fucking dumbass, dude? Like, do your thing. Like, all right, hell yeah.
So the question I got, do you use syrup or do you use spaghetti sauce?
Spaghetti sauce. Syrup would not taste.
Pancakes.
Dude, the only person
Pancakes
that
and spaghetti. I
Oh
mean,
my
you can't
God.
be spaghetti without the spaghetti sauce, right?
like
I'll
you
just
just
keep
you
eating my
use
nutty
both. You know what
buddy.
you do? You sprinkle garlic in the fucking pancakes, and then if you use spaghetti sauce, it tastes like fucking pancake breadsticks and spaghetti.
Listen to this guy over here.
Years of 420 cooking classes. The only person that puts fucking maple syrup on spaghetti is Buddy the elf.
Right, that's true.
All right. The last one.
Uh-oh.
God damn.
Oh, I want spaghetti sauce on the pancakes.
See, I told you.
Nice.
This
See,
is the last
I knew it. See, he knows. He understands.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Kim coming in the pit.
Kim's coming in.
Well, some women are.
This is a
dumb.
dangerous one. Some women are dominant and actually derive pleasure out of emasculating and want
Hold
to
on.
square away the dynamics of the relationship. She will be in control. Men will eventually resent. It goes against their grain.
Can I just say that for some
I
reason,
agree.
I really like the phrase "derive pleasure." I don't.
That's what Andy took away from that whole message.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I want to derive pleasure from Lindsay later on. I mean, in kisses and seeing her beautiful face, and hugging her because I love her so much.
Oh.
Oh, so precious.
I care.
All right. Number 9.
Extra cheese.
Andy just went with the extra cheese.
Yeah, I think that's what I just did was extra cheese.
So that related. Thanks.
Your parents hate your partner.
Oh,
What happens?
shit.
What happens?
Oh,
Let's talk to Devin about
No.
Let's talk to Devin about.
No wonder
Or
you
no.
wanted to do this. You
Your
little
parents,
fucker.
your parents have hated every partner ever.
This is true. Andy can fucking.
Why is
vouch
your
for that.
face turning like really red?
And it's not so much as it is.
Oh, my ears! Look at my ears.
It's-
yeah,
I
know. Fucking bright.
It's not so much parents as it is parent.
Yes. Parent, singular, not plural.
I cannot I God bless Jim. I cannot see him no. Jim doesn't fit that.
And the worst
doesn't
part
fit that
is
bill.
like I know when my mom's filled him full of shit because I literally will tell my dad, I go, Dad, that's not your words. That's my mom's words speaking through you.
Well, how do you know? How do you know?
Because I know my dad. And I know his vocabulary and I know the things he thinks and does. And that's definitely not.
responsible.
What is she doing?
She's spelling exactly.
Oh,
EXACTLY.
But what if so what?
And she did the middle finger emoji.
So let me ask you this. So
Yeah.
what if the situation's reversed and your partner doesn't like your parents?
Ooh.
I've had that.
Yeah, so what happens in that situation?
I don't know, Devin. I don't know, Devin. What happens? Jealous?
I'm trying to think.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
No, I'm trying to really think if I ever not liked anybody's parents that I've dated. Because I get along with.
I meant them not like.
Oh, them not liking my mom. Oh shit, we can go down the list of that.
I'm just
Hey,
kidding.
any of my exes?
Damn it,
listen?
Devin. That's not the way you do it. Damn it. Damn it.
Sorry.
No, you know what the
Liz,
funniest-
I apologize.
You know what the funniest thing is? One of them actually tried to not relate, but tried to actually understand and try to have a come to Jesus. Oh, I was like, you had better luck with honey in a fucking bear's den, because I was like, that shit is not going anywhere. It's not going where you want it to.
She doesn't want anyone else to be your mama.
No.
You're not going to take care of my boy.
Yeah.
That's what I've said.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that too.
She feels like, I don't know.
Threatened.
Yeah.
Like she won't have any purpose.
And
Well,
and
I mean,
all
she shouldn't.
Ryan says 0 fucks given either way.
Word. Paragraph. Sentence. I went backwards on that one. Sentence, paragraph.
Yeah,
My
you
bad.
did. I knew what you meant. We're good.
My bad.
No, it's been hard. I mean, because obviously you're not in a relationship with their parent, but also it puts a strain on the relationship when you're constantly feeling like you either A, have to hide somebody, or B, you can't talk about things you've done together, or certain events or whatever, because you feel like it's going to get fucking used against you.
Right.
Used against you.
Bully.
Yes, we know, Kayla. We know. We know. Trust me.
Yep.
We know.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like when somebody's trying to in your boat and they're poking holes in your boat and you're just like, look, I'm trying to get us all to shore. Just
Right?
Look, I promise you, I'm trying to get us to land.
I think with my mom, it's nobody's ever going to be good enough type thing.
I've said that.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
I'll re-say it again.
You want me to say it again?
Sure. No, I already said it. You don't need
No one is good enough for her, Devin.
It's true.
Hey,
That's it.
Can I just say I like these fuzzy condoms we put over our microphones
You like
tonight?
the fuzziness?
Like I like that we're not so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it kind of keeps us further away, and the
Yep.
sound sounds a little bit better, too.
A lot
Yeah, it
better.
does. Okay, so
So,
who deals with anxiety?
Come on, man.
Out of everybody that's listening or watching, who deals with anxiety?
True diagnosed anxiety.
True, diagnosed,
so
generalized
Ryan
anxiety.
said at 8:53, PTSD. He said PSD is my daily battle, but I'm
So it's
thinking
a
it was supposed to be
PTSD.
PTSD.
Oh yeah, that's like the epitome of anxiety.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get to earlier. But now that we're on this subject, now it actually fits even better. So.
Right. Okay, so who
That shit ain't no joke.
besides Ryan, who else deals with anxiety that's watching?
Kayla's got her hand raised.
I know Kayla. Kayla, how do you cope with your anxiety?
Alcohol.
Alcohol makes it
alcohol.
worse.
Blame
I
it
know
on
it
the alcohol.
What?
Alcohol makes it worse, which is not good.
Yes.
This is for me. So, and this is another thing. Like, not everybody.
Christy, yes, I have and do on an occasion. All right, go ahead. Hold on, Christy. Go
Caleb
ahead,
says
Andy.
breathe.
So
Breathe, yeah.
this goes back into because
Christian says wine helps.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely it does. The problem is
Wine makes you go night night. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
alcohol. There's a joke about it. Alcohol and weed will make you they may not solve the problem, but you make you forget the question.
Exactly.
No, which actually, believe it or not, weed also causes anxiety. It doesn't just calm it. Edibles are known to be prescribed for anxiety, but it actually can make it worse, believe it or not. And I deal with anxiety on a pretty regular basis. But for me, it's easier because it's something that I can actually deal with. Again, and this isn't for everybody, but I deal with it a lot from mindset standpoint. Like, I recognize that I'm feeling this way. I immediately do breathing exercises, but a huge help. I notice that my daily anxiety starts to more or less not disappear, but definitely dissipate, and mind frame becomes easier to get into or stay away from. The depression side of the anxiety is meditation. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to be able to take it seriously. Like, dude, when I first got into it and I'm listening to an old dude, I'm better when I listen to like a girl, but when I listen to like an old dude or somebody trying to like let your mind be with the creator and stuff, it's like you have to get your mind away from the words and you actually have to just focus on calming down and like chilling. And meditation is a huge part of why
I like Christie's says, yes, deep breathing, meditating, taking a minute to step away from the source or environment if possible, changing your mindset, which goes back to what else you were saying.
And what I do a lot too is if I'm in the house, especially when I don't have Jackson, because divorce fucked me up in my head so bad. It was a dark path in the first few months, really dark. And I revisit some of those dark feelings when Jackson isn't home and when on the nights Lindsay can't spend the night. Mm-hmm. And usually as soon as they hit, as long as it, say if it's not bedtime, if it's not like I got to go to sleep, there's other things I do like the meditation stuff that helps me go to sleep. But if it's a normal hour and like I'm watching TV and it hits me, I immediately hit the garage and I start building and I start working on the car, or working on my car audio, or building a new project, or like building that fence for my mom. Mm-hmm. I stay busy, and
that's kind of the same way how I cope with the stressful things that are like driving me nuts. Things that like
do something to immediately move your mind to something else.
And that's how I've always, I guess, since I was a little kid, always been able to cope. It's like I used to draw. Like if parents were arguing, fighting, whatever, I'd fucking just draw. You know what I mean? And it was just like, and as I got older, it was like, okay, well then that moved into like creative as far as, graphic design, web design, video production, all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, and now that I have just this huge, broad array of skill sets, it's like I can do anything to take my mind off. Like go rebuild a fucking pool pump that I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
That's true.
Put up a new ceiling in the kitchen.
Yeah, put up a new fucking ceiling in the kitchen. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
You guys have heard me talk about this before, but something that I do, and again, it gets pricey, so I can't do it all the time. And
the float
is the floating.
Yeah.
And again, I go to what's called an isolation tank, and there's these float spas, and it's about 300 gallons of water, and it's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt, so the water's very buoyant. You can't actually, once you lay back, you can't sink. Like I've tried. Mm-hmm. And then this isn't for everybody because there's real claustrophobia out there, and it's daunting at first because you close the pod, and it's a decent sized pod. It's almost the size of the room. Mm-hmm. But you close the pod and you are in pitch black. As soon as the lights go down, you are in pitch black. And once the music stops and you like drift off into, again, you have to get out of your mind about it. But once you get past a certain point, as long as you don't hit the sides of it, you can't tell whether your eyes are open or closed, where your feet end, where your hands end. And you literally, for me, I'm up to an hour and 20 minutes. Actually, no, I think the last time I went, I was almost 2 hours. And I actually fell asleep in there. And it takes a while to get to that point, dude. Like don't think I just all of a sudden started falling asleep, but dude, it is the most mind clearing meditation you can even think of. Like if you have kids, especially if you have kids, you haven't heard quiet like this at all. It's crazy.
Mine to me is my massage chair downstairs. I'll fucking put that thing on 30 minutes, put it in 0 gravity, and I'm just like, I'm floating away.
Mine is just going into the room, relaxing, taking a Xanax, and just take my mind somewhere else.
Ryan
I take a Xanax before I get in the not recommended, but
Ryan
I'll
has
take one
a
before I get
good
in the
point. He
tank.
says, unfortunately, how to unthink the unseeable.
Well, I'm
So
assuming
like, especially if like you're a visual person like me, as like when you
Right.
see something, it's hard. You can't ever unsee.
has I assume
And then
he's
what?
done
Chris,
tours,
and then
right?
what Christy
Yes.
does. And then what Christy
Hey
does.
Ryan, what tours? I guess I've never really.
How
asked
many
you that.
tours?
How many tours have you done? If you don't mind sharing with us.
Because like truthfully, you can't when you see stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
And the shitty thing about that is it's it's so
I'd love to get Ryan actually into the studio. It'd be awesome.
gore and like that and that kind of stuff that they see when they're out there fighting for our country and stuff. That stuff is so desensitized on the internet now. Like you can you can download that stuff and see it on a screen. I mean, I get not everybody's gonna react the same, but like that
But
stuff.
being there, seeing it,
Yeah.
smelling it's a big one, hearing it and everything else. Is
Yeah, it's like-
completely different than
or something happening back at home that reminds you and takes you back there immediately.
right.
Like,
Right. I mean,
people often forget that. Like the thing about I like about my company is we partnered for a long time with 22 Kill, and what 22 Kill is and if anybody's listening right now that has a heart for our veterans. I don't know what the number is currently. I don't know if it's down or if it's up, but it's 22 Kill. 22 veterans take their life a day. 22 die a day, and that's a far too many. I mean, one is too many. I don't know if we've improved those numbers, but veteran suicide is a serious subject. And the thing is everybody. It's easy to blame when somebody commits suicide.
yeah.
And there are some people that legitimately, I'll think about what can that person be unhappy about? I usually think celebrities that kill themselves. You think about that. But the thing is with veterans, a lot of people don't get, like even with me, with all those trainings I do, with all the guys I pay to go to those classes, and it's 3 or 4 of them are all, former military and this and that. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I'm out there like training and how many times I shoot at that cardboard target and that metal, that steel plate. Doesn't matter how many times it goes down. That's nothing. Or how many times you prepare until you actually are in a firefight and you're having to see your friends die and actually kill other human beings and in defense of your own life. I'm not saying that's not something you are ever going to even fathom understanding going through.
So Ryan said he was in the 2003 Iraq invasion and 2011 Afghanistan.
Wow.
Just so you have
I
some
remember-
context.
I remember watching that at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for
I was
your service,
I was
then,
still
man.
kind of young. Yeah, we do appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you
Absolutely.
for your service, Ryan. Appreciate it.
And if we have any veterans besides Ryan also that happen to be listening tonight, we appreciate your service.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
oh yeah, definitely.
Real quick, not to change the subject, but I wanted to Reagan her comment about turning off and putting on thunder and rain. Believe it or not, I do that a lot. Ocean sounds are awesome too.
Actually, Kayla can vouch for this too. Sometimes if I can't sleep at night, there's a YouTube channel. Oh man, and it's like certain frequencies and stuff that are actually supposed
Right.
to.
Binaural beats, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, earth tone is one.
Because like the rain and lightning and stuff, that doesn't do anything to me. Because all that does is give me flashbacks when I camped and fucking went through horrific experiences and shit. So like, if I hear that, I'm like, no.
I remember.
Right.
I remember that time. Yeah, I remember when that happened. You told me about that. Weren't you with Nate?
Which one?
Didn't you and Nate go when like you, Nate, and Lindsay and a bunch of people went and got rained out or something like that?
No, we had a cabin that was in Broken Bow. But that experience was awesome. But I went to
Okay.
Colorado.
Not Corsicana?
not Corsicana. Drove to Colorado in the tundra, right? And I literally like never even like I've been all over the world, right? But went to fucking Colorado. Like literally, as soon as I started driving in near Denver, my nose and everything just starts bleeding, and all of a sudden I had the worst sinuses, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That fucking what is it? The mile high fever or whatever the hell they call it. You know, with the
altitude sickness.
altitude sickness. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. I and then I went and then I
That's
camped
such a dirty word.
and I camped for a fucking week, being miserable from that. And yeah, and then our like tent literally almost blew away, and it was lightning and rain, and oh, dude, it was fucking.
Would
horrible
you-
experience.
Right.
What?
Did you see Kayla's comment with Sherry?
What?
Kayla, she said with Sherry at the bottom.
Does she take it off?
No.
I don't see it.
She said with Sherry when we were
Oh,
talking
I
about
see
like,
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see that.
so
Yeah.
does Kayla know about the repo story?
Oh no! That's a good fucking story,
Oh,
though.
gee, we got some stories. I mean, we got a half an hour left.
Aw.
All right, we got to put what
Do we want to
Ryan-
talk about that?
what
Ryan
Ryan
said,
said.
thank you. It
Yeah.
always will be my honor not to change the subject. No, man, we appreciate
No,
it anytime.
it's all
brother.
good, man.
Yeah.
He's been one of my best friends, and he's one of the coolest guys ever. So we do appreciate it.
Look, man, no matter what your opinion is here at home, like if you're one of those people that, and I'm not supporting any of them, but they're like, the war is bullshit or whatnot, or if you, even during the Iraq, we shouldn't even be over there and blah, 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 and fuck the soldiers for going and this and that. You got to understand, they made a choice to sign a piece of paper, and they're giving their life to this country. Some of them don't make it back. Some of them don't see their friends make it back, and they make it back in one piece. Some of their friends make it back, and they aren't even whole again. And we're not even talking physically; we're talking spiritually as well, or the same human being that came back. And then you also got to think about those that that's what helps me kind of get through Jackson, because I'm one couple days without Jackson and I'm a wreck. Can you imagine like what somebody getting deployed as their pregnant wife is giving birth within the next 2 months, and they get their orders and they don't even get to be here to see, or they end up and they have to leave them. Like, I have trouble going days. Imagine months to years without seeing their kid. I mean, until they get leave. Like, that's a sacrifice that you will never truly understand. That no one can ever truly, unless you've gone through it yourself. Excuse me. That is why you should give respect to a soldier, whether you agree with why we're fighting, whatever war we're fighting, whether you agree or not.
Kayla
you should
has
still
a good
respect
point.
that
She
person.
says, they're doing this so we can do what we're doing right now, so we can have this podcast, so we can freedom of speech, so we can let out our frustration, so we can.
But that's the whole thing, though. Is
Well, that goes back to what you were saying earlier.
there's
about
people that don't
censorship.
think that, though. There's
Yeah.
people that don't think, oh, they don't fight. They fight for whatever the government. That, you know what? Even if that's what you believe, respect the motherfucker. They're still over there fighting. Whether you think it's for you or not, the thing is, they're putting their life on their line. You should not fucking disrespect anybody that's willing to go. They're fighting for that American flag and that right, even though you don't think they are. They believe they are, so you should show them respect. You shouldn't be an asshole about it. But they're sacrificing something for something they believe is greater than them.
That's what Ryan said. That's the unfair part of joining. They don't tell you absolutely.
But anyways,
It got
Dude,
quiet.
It did. It got quiet for a second.
Wow. It got
do we want
quiet.
to talk about the repo thing?
Yeah, we can talk about it. I don't know. Kayla, do you know the repo story?
She said something about
She said she knows every story, but I don't know if she
in
knows.
your drunken state.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Like, I'm to the real quick, Kayla. I get upset too, but I'm to the point where what? If you're gonna do it, you do it. You do it. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm tired of even talking about the whole flag thing.
Yeah.
I stand for it. I believe everyone should stand for it. If you decide to kneel for it, I'm done arguing with those people that do it.
Me, I'm like, if you bitch about it, then get the fuck out.
They're like,
That's my
you'll
biggest
never
thing,
get it. They'll tell me I'll never get it, and you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll never get it. Yeah, you're right, because I don't see it. It wasn't a sign of oppression until somebody stood. No, actually, I'm sorry, until somebody sat down and called it a sign of oppression. So
Wasn't that Kaepernick?
Yeah, like I said, I'm not getting into it.
Fucking Kaepernick.
Everybody thinks he's not.
I don't like
NFL
that dude. Never
because
did,
of
never
what
will.
he did, and they forget he was fucking sucked before he got kicked off the 49ers. But anyways,
Well, he
I
did
totally
suck.
digress.
That's okay. You can say that he sucked because I'll say it too. He sucked.
You told me at Bourbon Street not that long ago.
Okay, so she knows the story.
So,
but
anyways,
that's okay. The rest of the audience doesn't.
So here's another Andy True Hollywood story. So
I forget. Andy's been on a lot of my.
Wow, too
miss-
bad I don't have like a
misadventures.
little intro to Andy's True Hollywood story.
I mean, if we
I'll
want
be
to start
playing
these bits, I'll
right?
start thinking of new ones to come up with every time. So Devin and Sherry like break up. Sherry is this fucking wreck. I don't even know how to start. She may be.
I know another Sherry is a fucking wreck.
So she maybe she's on to life. I don't know. Maybe she changed her
No,
life.
she-
I don't
no.
know. I don't care. But anyway, so
was a train wreck. Always will be a train
Devin and
wreck.
her break up, and she's borderline white trash. I mean, let's just put it out
I
there.
do too. I know.
Yeah.
So Devin and her break up. Several months go by, and apparently Devin co-signed for a Pontiac Grand Am for her, and she took off with the Grand Am as they broke up. And
Oh wow.
pretty quickly. What? Go ahead.
It wasn't a Grand Am, but it was.
Yes, a Grand Am.
Oldsmobile, hold on.
Oh, it was the Oldsmobile version. It was a Alero, an Alero.
Alero, that's it.
yeah,
That's
I know.
right, that's
Okay.
right.
It
So
wasn't
I get so
it wasn't a 1973 Pontiac Catalina shit
Oh my
brown?
God,
No,
you haven't
so-
brought that
so-
up in a long.
so-
I know. Uh-huh.
I get this call from Devin one day, and he's like, "Hey man, what you doing?" And I was like, "What, man?" He goes, "I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm chilling at the house, or the apartment." And he's like, "You want to go do Operation Repo with me?" There was a reality show, a really staged reality
Yes,
show
it
at the
was
time. It's called
really
Operation
fucking
Repo.
bad, yeah.
It was, and
And I was like,
hits
Andy,
it.
we gonna do this shit in
He's
real
like,
life.
You want to go do Operation Repo? And I said, what are you talking about? He's like, man, he goes, Sherry missed a payment on the car and this and that. And I was like, wait a minute, what? He's like, yeah, I co-signed for a car. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He was like, she still got it. And so
It was actually worse than that, but I'll go ahead and let him. And I'll tell.
well, he
I'll tell
didn't
him
give
the
me the
details.
whole.
Yeah.
And he's like, she missed a payment. And now they're fucking calling me, and I'm trying to tell him where the fucking car is, and trying to find it for him. You want to come with me? And I was like,
Mind you, I don't own a tow truck.
I'm like,
But
yeah.
anyway, yes.
I'm like, all right, I'll come with you. And he's like, I got the key, so if we find it, you just jump in it. You just jump in it, and we'll drive off and whatnot. And I was like, okay. And he's like, she works at Walmart out there. Where was it?
Mineral Wells, I think.
Mineral Wells.
As I call it, miserable. Wells.
Oh.
So what were you? Was it the Prius at the time? Were we in the Prius?
I think we were in the Tundra.
On the Tundra. All right.
Yeah, because I was like, worst comes to worst, I'm towing that bitch out of here. I'm like, I'm gonna put that fucking tow strap on the Tundra and I'm pulling that bitch out of here.
So mind you, the tow truck guy is like doesn't believe Devin that we're trying to help him out, like get this car for him. So he's cussing Devin out on the phone. He's like, "Where the fuck is this car? You you guys missed payments." And he's like, "Look, I don't even have the car. I'm going to look for it right now." And so we go on this road trip to Mineral Wells,
Yep.
and so we go into the Walmart parking lot.
Lindsay says y'all are fucking savage.
we go into the,
Oh, you have no idea. This
we
story.
go to the Walmart parking lot,
Wait
and I
till you
look
hear
who's
the rest.
listening. We go to the Walmart parking lot. We find an Oldsmobile Alero, and there's like for seat covers, there's t-shirts, there's t-shirts over it. It's looking very white trashy, so we're pretty sure this is it. Here's the fucked up part. He gives me the key, and the key unlocks the fucking door. But it does not start the fucking ignition. I get in this motherfucker about to take out his kid shits in it, all shoes, and like I get in this car and he's like, "That's my car. Just get in it. We'll drive it to the set of the parking lot, and I'll call the fucking tow truck and they'll come get it." So I get in this car, helping my boy out. You know, I'm just Mr. I got a heart. I'm gonna help him out. And plus, it was an adrenaline rush. I got a story.
yeah, it
to tell.
was.
So I get in that
Huge
motherfucker,
adrenaline
and the
rush,
key
man.
doesn't fucking work.
Wow.
And so and so we so I hop back out of the car and I get in and I was like, dude, I don't think that's her car.
Well, no, that's when I had to call back to fucking tow truck company to verify the VIN.
Yes, and then we look at the VIN
look
and
at
it's
the
not
VIN,
her
we're
car.
going,
So
oh,
I literally
fuck.
somehow used a key that didn't belong to this car. It unlocks the door and I'm sitting there trying to start somebody's car.
This motherfucker's like,
It could have been
gonna start.
It could have been a customer walking out there and like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wow. God.
So I jumped back in the fucking.
I forgot about that part.
I jumped back in his fucking ride, and I was like, dude, that ain't the car. And there we are, driving around fucking Mineral Wells. No idea where this bitch lives. No idea. And he's like, I know she's around here somewhere because this and that. We end up, believe it or not, I don't know how the fuck this happens. We end up passing her on the fucking road.
Yep.
Because that's that
Wow.
bitch right there.
That's that fucking car.
And he calls up the tow truck. He's like, duh. Tow truck driver's still fucking cussing at him. Like, what the fuck's going on here? How did the cop get involved?
So the cop saw us driving up and down the street.
Yes.
And so he started following us while we're following her. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Well, we let her go, so because we didn't want to give her off that we were tailing her.
Right.
And then so the cop pulls us over. Cop pulls us over, this and that, and he's asking what's going on. He's like, so Devin has all these papers. He's like, look, he goes, I'm co-signing that on a car. The payments haven't been made. They're repoing it, and I'm trying to. And he pulls out the title and this and that, and the cop's like, as long as it doesn't get physical, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, he's basically like, it's a civil matter. Like, that's
Right.
not the criminal. I'm
He
out.
goes, the only thing we can do is just make sure it doesn't get physical, but there's nothing I can do. Because even Devin was like, can you help us out in this night? He's like, I can't get involved.
I was like,
Right.
you don't have to.
So
be
now
involved.
they-
I was like, you just sit and watch. Make sure.
So now the
shit doesn't
fucking
get-
cops know we're in the area.
So we got the tow truck company, we got the finance company, and we got the fucking.
So
police.
we get a bead on the house. We drive by this way, like it's a connecting
This
street.
guy,
It's
we got a bead
Street.
on the house.
We got a bead on the house. It's over to the left off the street, and so we turn back around. He calls the tow truck company. He's like, "Yeah, we found the car. We're about to pull up on you. You better be fucking telling me the truth." Like the tow truck driver was like an asshole.
Oh,
like he was a
yeah.
fucking cock. He wasn't at the end, but he's like he was a fucking.
Oh yeah, at the end they totally switched.
Like, because he
fucking
realized we were
switch.
really trying to help him. So,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, so Devin pulls up in front of the house, and I fucking like, doom, 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 and I fucking duck out the other side of the truck and kind of go around the bed, and then try to, like, as he leaves, I try to, like, I don't know, like, crouch over to the car, jump in the car, try to start that motherfucker. I'll be damned if this bitch doesn't come out of the fucking, because it's in front first, so I have to
Right.
back it out. This bitch comes out and jumps on the fucking trunk. You ain't taking my fucking car. She's on the trunk like I'm in reverse. Got it about 2 feet. And she jumps on that bitch, and then boyfriend comes out that she's living with. Opens the door, and I'm like, motherfucker, you better get away from me. I'll back up with you in this car. And he's trying to put it in park, and I was like, this ain't your fucking car. And he's like, it ain't yours either. He goes, you better not back up with her. I was like, I ain't hitting nobody. He goes, you better not back over her. You better not back over her. Next thing you know, like, they put it in gear. The cops roll up, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, I get out of the car. They get the key back. And then as the tow truck shows up, the fucking cops come up. And apparently, like, was he like training to be a deputy or something? The boyfriend?
Oh, I'm not sure.
He worked for some PD or something.
No.
Because the cops came up as we were trying to,
All I remember was her ex. She called her ex-husband, so the ex-husband was there too.
Wow.
was it an ex?
Yeah.
Well, who was the dude she was shacking up with?
I have no idea. I think some guy she was married to at the time.
Whatever. Anyways, so the tow truck shows up. The cops show up. The cops like, that's it. This isn't happening. Yada yada yada. So the tow truck shows up. The tow truck. They need to be able to get it, but by now, fucking Sherry has pulled it up against the fence and then parked another car right up on the bumper, so nobody can get to the fucking car at all.
The ex-husbands.
Like they're all doing,
Wow.
they're all like
now in front of
they're
the
all
car.
fucking pulling up and shit and whatnot, and it was we basically got told we can't go back on the property, and then next thing you know, fucking homeboy, I guess, talked to the cops, told them what's going on. Like, one way or another, they're gonna come back to get this vehicle. And
Yeah, it's either today or tomorrow.
yeah,
or
so the
something.
dude is like, I forget. He gets the key from Sherry and he brings it over to us.
Yep.
And
Sherry would not give us the key, so she, like, basically the ex-husband, I think,
this
actually.
bitch, she literally, I don't know, because the trunk of the yard was full of mud. She launched like from the porch. White trash leaped. It was on the back of the car. In my car, you ain't going nowhere. Like, where the fuck did this banshee come from?
Right.
Shit. This is just looking like
T-Rex up in his
like
motherfucker.
simple meth.
So to fill in the blanks, the car came from actually one of my clients. One of my clients that I actually built their website. And remember when
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah. So that's why it was like
The car dealer,
we
that's
have
right.
to get this fucking car because it's actually one of my clients that I'm
Right.
dealing with.
Oh yeah, they weren't gonna do business.
They
Like
weren't gonna do-
$20,000 worth of business.
They literally and they said that they were not going to finance her, but because they were my client and I was building this website and stuff for them,
Yeah.
that they were like, okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and give you the car, even though she wasn't approved for it, blah, blah, blah. But the contingency was I had to co-sign on it. So that's why I was like, Andy, not only is this contract on the line because it's fucking car, but like it's my credit and everything else. So I was like,
I feel like I should have been one driving the truck. And
Gotta
you
get
should have jumped in the car.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, nah, man, ride or die for my homie. I'm repoing this bitch. Let's go.
Andy was more fucking pumped up than I
I
was.
was-
man.
I was ready-
Like, my adrenaline was going.
I was ready to like Lamborghini that fucking Oldsmobile. Bitch, like, back out and do that 180. Go, Devin, go.
So to Andy's point, like the tow truck drivers, they're being assholes and dicks at first, right? And then when it came down to it, and I said, "Hey, I'm literally here. I'm trying to get the keys to the car." All of a sudden, I was like, "But I needed some document in order to secure the car. It was some special document you're supposed to have, right?" And they're like, "Well, we can't get it to you." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean we can't get it to you?" I was like, "Well, do you have a fax machine?" Or I was like, "Text it to me, something." He's like, "Well, fuck, you're gonna have to stall time." I'm like, "Really? I got the cops
We
here.
had to
I
stall.
got,
We
we
had
gotta
to
stall
for the-
fucking
we had to stall.
time."
And the thing is,
That's when that guy said,
yeah,
they're
they're like,
gonna
we'll
get it
wait.
today or go
We'll-
get it. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because they're like, as long as you don't step foot back on the driveway, there's nothing we can do. And we just sat in the front.
Yeah,
yard.
we like literally
Or
we
sat in
posted
the
up.
street and
We're
just
like,
waited.
we ain't fucking leaving until we get the keys.
I looked like a fence post full of cement, motherfucker.
Because at that point, since the husband had parked in front of the car, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna park in front of the husband's truck.
I think yeah.
And then I was like, now he can't go nowhere. But yeah, that was a big clusterfuck, and I'll never forget. I called them from inside the car, and I was like, "Hey, I got y'all's car," and they're like, "What?"
yeah.
They're like, "Well, bring it to us." And
Dude, I'm
we'll-
sorry. I thought you were really trying to fuck us. I remember that shit, dude.
Yeah, and they apologized, and they shredded I watched them shred the documents, and so like everything was said and done. They had the car back, and I was like,
Well, and that's before.
and then I came to find out she made 0 payments, not even one.
Oh,
So it wasn't
that was
even-
back when
it
before I
wasn't even-
carried. I didn't even have a gun. I jumped into somebody's fucking car, and I wasn't even.
Dude, it wasn't even like 1 month behind. This bitch was like 4 months behind. She hadn't made a single fucking payment. I was like, wow.
I was like, we getting this
What
car
a-
today.
Yeah, we getting this
Yeah.
motherfucking Alero.
And then she's lucky I didn't play Grand Theft Auto and just back out with her on that fucking car. I was, bitch, you think this is gay?
That's hilarious.
Marcellus Wallace, bitch.
Grand Theft.
I said, do I look
Grand
like a
Theft
bitch?
Auto. Is that the one that you can kill the hooker so you don't have to pay them?
You
Yes.
can, you can
GTA
kill
5.
whoever you want. Kayla says she still lives there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she still lives in that dump. Still living the dump life. WT.
Lindsay must have gotten off work early. Or I couldn't remember what time she said she's getting off. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Wow.
So, anxiety again.
Anxiety.
Oh, we're going to go back
Did
there
you have
now.
anxiety that day, Andy?
That day, I had anxiety inside that car because I thought I was really going to run over a crackhead that day. Like, I really did. You know,
Can you tell a
no
difference?
matter what drug they choose to do, it doesn't mean I want them dead, you know?
Do you,
Yeah.
do you think you can tell a difference between an anxiety attack and a heart attack?
It's very hard because the other night I had one, and I don't really know what it was triggered by. Well, actually, yeah, I do kind of know what it was triggered by, but
Penis.
I won't. I ate a large brownie, very large brownie,
Okay.
and it triggered.
It
bad.
triggered it?
Oh, holy shit!
So remember
Like-
what Andy said a minute ago? Weed like triggers?
What are you
That-
talking
yeah,
about? I just said a brownie. I just didn't say anything about
earlier.
I didn't have weed. Yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
what are you talking about?
I mean a brownie. Yes.
just-
Sorry.
So, anyways,
This is
Damn it,
brownie.
Devin.
so anyways, so I'm laying there and like it came on real bad. It first started like an asthma attack, which whenever I have an anxiety attack, it usually does. But this one was a lot worse than usual. My whole left arm went fucking numb, and my fingertips started to tingle, and it like really felt crazy because I usually can breathe them out. I'm usually really good at it, and
Doing your breathing exercises?
yeah, like I usually, eventually, but no, I woke Lindsay up and I was like, holy shit. And then it like I started talking, it went away. But then when I laid back down, like everything all of a sudden like fucking hurt, like ached.
Yeah.
Like weird, severe arthritis all of a sudden, and it was real tingly. And I was like, I had to wake her up again and
She
I had
said
to
she tried to take you to the ER, but you wouldn't let her.
because I kind of knew what it was. I was like, no, there's no way I'd be on the floor right now. If this was a heart attack. Like I can still breathe.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, my dad had a widowmaker heart attack and he died within 3 minutes. So like this was well after 3 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
so she finally like the more I talked, the more it just chilled out finally, and I was able to chill. I didn't sleep very well that night, but yeah, needless to say, I probably won't eat a brownie that big again.
Yeah.
It was
Damn brownie.
they were very potent. They were very potent.
Lots of
I
chocolate.
woke up. You know this, I think.
brownies.
I woke up one morning and I thought I was having an anxiety attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It ended up being a stress-related heart attack.
Oh yes. Yeah. No, it's very.
How I could tell the difference was I had pain shooting up in my neck and in my jaws. They were just throbbing.
No, I was feeling it definitely right here. It didn't go that far. I did feel my heart pumping. It's not that usually anxiety makes your heart rate go up, but the thing is, it's not that my heart rate went up, but it started beating hard. It was very slow, but it was very thump, thump, thump. I was like, I don't know if that's really the sound it made, but if I had to think it was making a sound, that'd be the sound I think it made.
Right.
Lindsay said, by the way, I got off at 9:15. I've been on my feet with school and work for 12 hours. I'm beat.
And Ryan said, "You will never know."
Lost
Heart
many
disease?
fathers, grandfathers to that disease. Yeah, heart
Yeah.
disease, I'm guessing.
Number one killer in America, but
Yep,
you're worried
it
about
is.
COVID.
That
Yeah,
was
sorry.
I mean,
Talking like that.
Well, no, that's the horrible thing. Yet we have free, vaccines and shit for COVID, but yet all these people are dying from heart disease and everything.
And
else.
yet we still shove just
McDonald's
unhealthy
fucking-
shit
yeah,
in our bodies.
exactly.
It is. I mean, it is what it is. I'm guilty too. I love cookies. Love cookies. Love sweets.
brownies.
I've been really good.
Brownies.
Yeah. Look,
Brownies.
case in point.
Yeah.
Lately, I've actually been doing really good about like natural sugars. I've been doing lots of fruits and smoothies and stuff and whatnot. And I have not I've actually been good about not keeping cookies in the house. I've been eating a lot of Lindsay's snack mix.
Is that what they call it these days?
Oh yeah, well,
Snack mix.
it'd sound really bad if I called it trail mix. So, so yes, I definitely eat her snack mix. But yeah, it's just I try to eat healthy, but yeah, it's it doesn't always work out.
It's too expensive to eat.
And not everybody and that's
I
the
said
other
that
thing. Like when
earlier.
you get a cheeseburger for $1, but yet when you go to you want to get yourself some organic greens, you got to pay $10. Like I go to Salada and the salads are $11, but I can go get 2 Big Macs for fucking $4.
Right.
Like
Well,
how is that? Or the water at the
So that is actually a problem that Elon. I hate to say how this relates, but Elon, when the lithium ions, when the batteries were so expensive, he said the only way to drive the price of the batteries is to mass produce. Same thing with healthy food. If we mass produce the healthy food and we get different companies that sell it, and actually like have a
Right.
McDonald's but of healthy food. As soon as that trends and then that takes off, then you won't have your McDonald's, you won't have your Wendy's, you won't have all this, fast food.
Yeah, but the problem is all those restaurants that like try to be healthier,
Yeah.
or at least it's like 2 to 3 times the prices of McDonald's. Always, they don't, and
Well,
that's
that's
the
what I'm
problem.
saying, because there's not enough competition. There's not enough of them.
Yeah.
That's the Elon model.
Well,
If
you're
you
right.
have enough of them, then you can drive the price down.
That's very true, but there's too many Elons of the McDonald's industry that crush those people, and they can barely get off the ground before they can get their feet running.
Yeah.
So, I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You saturate the market with healthy food. Some of your prices are going to have to go down so you can attract business
Yep.
away from others. But problem is the machine is so big. I mean, fighting McDonald's. That's kind of, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about fighting millions upon billions of dollars,
Yeah.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Sprouts today and spent over 3 bags of shit. See what I
Ryan
mean?
says, not in our lifetime, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went
Amen.
to Sprouts
Amen,
today and spent
Ryan.
$100.
Sprouts.
3 bags
What?
of groceries.
I went to Sprouts. You weren't at the house. What are you talking about?
Sprout. All right, Reagan, take it
Reagan
easy.
deuces. Have a good night, bro.
Have a good,
Take
have a
it
good
easy.
night, Reagan.
Sprouts.
Yeah, Sprouts.
Damn, man, I should
Food.
have
Copywritten that. Trademarked it.
that. Yeah. Should have.
Pretty sure it was already trademarked.
Hold on, somebody go check when the trademark of Sprouts.
But was it trademarked before I was born? A long time ago.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Fuck.
These are the questions
I
that
don't
keep
care.
us up at night.
Yes.
I don't care.
2001.
Dude, we just went up to
December
10
11th.
viewers right at the last 10 minutes.
You got
Oh,
12
we got
up here.
12 now.
Hey,
Yeah,
anybody
12.
anybody that just joined us, thanks for tuning in.
Word.
You've missed most of the story.
Yeah, you missed some good
You
stories.
missed some stories. You missed some relationship advice. Believe it or not, Andy gave relationship advice. That's what tripped.
Yes. Kayla says, don't matter. You didn't claim it. JC's here. She's in the hizzy.
Uh-oh.
Our no longer high
Don't
school.
matter. You didn't claim it. Hell, I should have. She's
What?
right.
No longer high school. She graduated. Yes.
Yes, she graduated last night. Actually, took some photos.
No wonder she's not tuning in till late. She's an adult now.
Yeah.
The late nights have
to
just
now
begun.
the world.
She's now a college girl.
The late
Welcome
nights
to
have
the
just
real
begun.
world.
Oh, Lindsay said, and I missed it. Yep, missed it. Sorry, Lindsay. You're going to have to rewind and retune in.
Rewind.
Rewind. Be
Rewind.
kind.
Yeah.
Rewind. That's a good ending.
Yeah. Be kind. Rewind.
Right? Be kind. Rewind.
Okay, Mr. Blockbuster. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty insightful. I have to pat myself on the back for some of those things.
Ryan
Of course,
Rush
I was
says,
myself. So.
I went to Little Caesars and got 3 boxes for $28.99.
And I'm proud. I'm proud of that
3
statement. he
boxes
just
of
made.
what?
Pizza, motherfucker.
Hey, I don't want to make assumptions. That was in our relationship thing.
Yes, you don't want to make assumptions. Communicate.
Communication. He could have got 3 empty boxes. I don't know.
For $28.
That's an expensive empty boxes.
I'd have to smack myself if I paid $20 or $30 for
Okay,
fucking
right
3
quick.
empty boxes.
Right quick.
Right quick.
Right quick.
What
Left
is
quick.
the biggest?
Right quick.
Okay, y'all are being
We
assholes.
went right.
Y'all are
Sorry.
being assholes.
Yes, I am. Sorry. It comes naturally.
Oh, shit. Ryan, don't forget to turn off the timer.
This is a gift. This is a gift I can't learn.
What?
Oh,
right, go
so
ahead.
we ran over last podcast on Friday when you weren't here.
Yeah.
And everything shut down at 10:15.
Oh,
It-
yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, and Ryan goes, "Why 10:15?" I said, "Well, I did 15 minutes after the end of the show, so that way we'd have a buffer." But apparently, we went past the buffer and everything shut the fuck down.
Well,
Right.
when you got good stuff to talk about.
Right?
Yeah.
But go ahead, Patrick.
Okay, so
Thank you for the reminder, Ryan.
yeah.
I gotta double
Are you
check.
Are you changing it?
Stop sidetracking.
I know. Sorry.
Squirrel.
Go,
What?
Patrick.
What?
Patrick,
go.
you're on.
Okay, what is the biggest cause of depression?
I mean, there's so many different answers.
The biggest.
Well,
the
yeah, there's
biggest,
so many
the biggest.
possible answers.
Bitches.
I don't know what.
Really?
Christ, man. Women, man.
you are just
Women, I'm
digging your
so
grave, man.
sad. Bury my head in
Okay,
the sand because
the
I've had my
biggest-
heart broken so many times.
Nessa,
No, it's not.
Nessa
women.
Rose.
It's not women.
Okay. The biggest.
Biggest what?
Biggest.
I'm
What?
I'm
What was the
familiar
question?
with the biggest. I like where this is going.
What is the biggest
Or
what?
she may like where this
The
is going.
biggest cause of going into a depression.
Breakups?
The biggest cause.
Divorce?
The biggest cause.
I just asked. I'm asking. Divorce? Breakups? You gonna throw me a bone here? McDonald's. Ryan said McDonald's.
McDonald's is the biggest cause of
Fucking
breakups.
Happy Meals.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Ryan with the win.
There you go. Okay,
Ryan,
so,
congratulations. You won the internet today.
okay, so Kayla said loneliness. Nessa said failure.
Failure.
What's another one? Come on.
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry,
my
I was
God.
trying to make sure.
The
we didn't
biggest
license-
cause
Gillette made a song about it.
of
No,
sinking
eeny weeny, teeny weeny,
Of sinking
shrivel
into
little,
depression.
short. That's definitely.
the biggest cause of sinking into a depression.
Well, you just go ahead and say it. We can't
No,
even, like.
no,
hate
I'm asking
suggestions.
y'all.
I don't know.
Yeah, divorce is one.
Divorce.
Failure, which Nessa said. Failure. Kayla said loneliness,
Abuse.
abuse. What else?
Thoughts of inadequacy.
Cars that don't move. Okay. What is it?
Fucking idiot drivers.
No. The biggest is grief.
Yeah.
The biggest is grief.
Yeah.
Losing your parents, losing a sibling.
Divorce is a form of grief.
Well,
like you have a
yeah,
form of
divorce
grief.
is too, but it's not as bad as losing
Work.
Yeah,
Work is
not as
for
bad
me.
as
I love my
not
I
as
love
bad
my
as
job,
losing
actually.
losing your spouse or losing your parents or especially your kids.
What's really crazy for me, and this is thinking about it, like comparing, like if you actually had to
Kayla,
ask me
yes.
what was harder to get through, my dad's death or my divorce, believe it or not, my divorce was a little more traumatizing than my dad's death. Dad's death came quick and fast. I had to deal with my divorce or the pending and doom of divorce for over a year in the same household. So,
Do you ever feel like a prisoner in your own house?
no comment, man. No, I did. Well, yes, because she was spending nights elsewhere, and I had to, keep an eye on Jackson. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's not really keeping an eye on Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm his dad, so. But yeah, it's all situational because believe it or not, like my dad died, and I got up and actually was able to speak at his funeral. I gave a very heartfelt speech about him.
That is
I
one
felt-
of the hardest things that you can do ever
And
in your
Andy's a
life.
very
because
good speechwriter, I will say.
yeah, because I
Probably one of
gave,
the best speeches
Thank
I've
you.
ever heard.
because I gave the eulogy at my parents, at both my mom and my dad's funeral. Of course,
Hey, even my mom
I
never
cussed out
says
the
anything
preacher.
nice. She actually said you did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. That's fucking honor.
Even
That's great.
Even the pastor said in all his years or whatever, he said Andy just stood up here and did something that I couldn't even do at my father's funeral. And so yeah, it was actually easy for me to face that. It wasn't near as traumatizing, but again, that's because it's one of those things like so. It's like so if somebody's dying and suffering cancer, you pray for their pain to end. You don't want to see them hurt anymore.
Oh no.
right.
But you get your chance to at least say goodbye.
Right.
So which would you rather have? A chance to say goodbye and watch them suffer, or would you rather them go and you not have a chance to say goodbye, where it's like my dad, he was just taken immediately, unexpected. I talked to him 4 hours and he dropped dead of a heart attack within 3 minutes on the phone with 911. They were there in 5 and couldn't revive him. So which would you rather do? Would you rather see your loved one go through the pain and be able to say goodbye? And I mean, I had a good relationship with my dad, so there's nothing like out there left to, he didn't get to see me be successful, and he was very worried about that. And I know that was an area of life that was of concern. But would you rather that happen, or would you rather see somebody suffer and be able to say goodbye? It's a tough choice.
It is. It's a very tough choice because with my father, I saw my father the night before my sister found him the next day. I got to say that night, okay, Dad,
I think the consensus.
I love you. Da da da.
Him and both Nessa both say the sudden death is worse.
Yeah, sudden death.
I get it, but like I've watching like here two good examples.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
I agree with him.
It is hard to see them suffer, and you know what they looked like in their
So
former...
your parent, your mother, your son, and let's say you're close with your parents, very close. Let's say you've never had a rocky relationship, and your parents or whoever has it is one of your best friends, and they've been delivered a terminal diagnosis. So they're gonna leave this world within 2 months, and you got a chance to say all your goodbyes. Yes, you got it all out in the air, good job and everything, but for those next 2 months, you have to see them beg God to please take them because it hurts so bad.
Kayla says it would be selfish to want them to suffer for you to say goodbye. No, I agree with you.
It does provide closure. And I will say, for those who had a rocky relationship with their parents and didn't have, and do have unanswered questions, it's situational, 100%. It's not the same for everybody. This is apples to oranges. Now you can compare fruit. I get that, but this, it's going to be different for everybody. But with my dad, there was nothing left unsaid. Like I'm one of those proponents of like, no matter what you do, you say I love you before you get off the phone to somebody that you care about. And especially if it's family. And my dad, like literally that morning, I got off the phone. I love him. And that day reiterated why I tell somebody, even if we're in a fight, I love you. Even if they don't say it back to me, I still say I love you before I get off the phone. And that morning or that afternoon was the reason I did it all those years, because you don't know. And the thing is they're right. For those of you that don't have closure, or there's a situation that went unresolved. For me, like I said, it was that my dad didn't see me become a success before he passed. But at the same time, I know he's watching over me, so I know he's happy now. My biggest thing my biggest hurt is he never got to meet Jackson, but Jackson was born long after he was gone. So, but yeah, I don't know if I could take watching him suffer, or take Alzheimer's or dementia, where you watch a person slip away, who doesn't recognize you when you walk in the room. Would you rather have been taken gracefully, or would you rather have to, I don't know who you are. You're this person that raised you, changed your diapers. It's
Ryan
hard.
said, it's not for me. I was close to my father and stepfather. My father died suddenly, and my stepfather died a long cancer death. I would never like to see someone or loved one to die a long cancer death that way.
Dementia.
Yeah, and then Kim says that, you're never the same.
Yeah.
And we know why.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, I did that with my dad, and then my mother had heart disease, and she had a triple bypass and all that crap, and she died in the hospital. And I got to sit with her the night before and talk to her and everything. So I'm not getting into that one.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, we don't want to take it completely down. I get you.
Oh,
but
no. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell a story, but it's too long. I don't.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I don't want.
Next podcast.
Well, we're just gonna get a little on the emotional side, not all the way on the emotional.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, I hear you.
Well, see, and I can tell you this with Mother, when she had the bypass and everything, she was a diabetic going into surgery and everything. Her triple ended up being a quad, triple bypass and ended up being a quadruple bypass. And by the time that they were getting ready and they were going to sew her up and everything, her kidneys failed. And when her kidneys failed, it kind of made her just kind of expanded a little bit, where they weren't able to close her, and so she was laid up in ICU for 10 days with her chest open and had the wound back.
Yeah, at that point, I don't think that's not,
Yeah.
Quality of
that's
living.
not a life.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
again, I wouldn't
So,
do that
and
either.
and of course they kept her, sedated. You had to be sedated.
Well,
But
still, that's a, I don't know, is that the same as a medically induced coma?
yeah. But I mean, but she knew. But I mean, there was a couple times where mother was 61 at the time. Well, she was 61, but there was a time that she would just basically yell for her mom. Of course, my grandmother.
Yep.
There was a couple times where she would yell for her dad and everything, and so yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
And imagine this though. Okay, this is what happened one night. Mom was 2 floors, or mom was on the second floor, HEB, and then 2 floors down, Dad had to go into the ER because his heart rate was 168 with no blood pressure. And so I was down there giving permission to the doctors down there to jumpstart Dad's heart so he'll have a blood pressure, and Mom was 2 floors up with her fucking chest open.
Well, yeah, death overall is tough. However, we lose.
I mean,
yep, that's very true. Absolutely.
Nessa, you're absolutely correct. And Kayla says my grandma had dementia and died last year. Oh, by the way, of COVID. And my dad died 8 years ago. She still asks when he was coming home from work till the day she passed. So the dementia made her think that she was still he was still alive.
Like I said, it's
right. And that's the same
unfortunately,
thing what
it's
happened
both.
with my grandmother.
It's situational. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's stuff that is left unsaid, that's absolutely a very valid feeling is wanting to say goodbye and getting. But it's,
and I think like having a parent versus having like your significant other, spouse or whatever is going to be a little bit different as well too.
Well, yeah, it is different. I mean, your parents, your spouse, your kids, it all three are different. Grandparents different.
Yeah.
It's all different. And you have no idea how you're going to react to something like that.
It all sucks equally.
Well, yeah, it does.
suck.
Equal suckage.
It's the suck zone.
It all sucks.
Like a tornado.
It does suck.
It's part of life, and it does suck. With life,
Yep.
Just like dogs, we bring them into our lives knowing that they won't be there for very long. It's a sacrifice we make.
Yeah, don't remind.
You're gonna okay. I'm not gonna say nothing. Yep.
That's why I almost didn't get a dog.
Yeah.
Meh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make this all somber and shit. Fuck, man. So, but that's when
Tonight on Frustration Unlimited,
Wait. Woo!
We are-
high energy.
we are frustratingly sad.
Well, I didn't mean.
Shit, man.
I didn't mean to
No, it's all
to
good.
go.
What happened to
go-
balls and 15-year-old man humor?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I was just talking about depression, and that was. I think that's the biggest part of depression is losing someone that is close to you, losing
Yeah.
someone that you love dearly, and it's like daddy. He wanted. Sorry, it's like dad.
Daddy.
I used to call him daddy. Sorry, but I mean,
My girl calls me daddy. When I get home, I go home. Hey, baby, she's like, daddy.
but it's like with dad that he
Yeah.
wanted to be with mother. He missed mom so freaking much that he passed away of a broken heart.
Yeah, that happens. It's real true. There's actually
And I tried to get him moving. I tried to get him fucking out of the house. I tried to get him going everywhere.
Well,
And that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons that I'm doing. That's one of the reasons what I'm doing is to get the fuck out of the house and do something.
why it's so weird how everybody gets out of the house. Like I stay in my garage and build stuff.
Well, I got to get out of the house.
I stay here and build shit, but the problem is I don't leave this.
I got to get out. I got to get
I'm a
out.
hermit. I love it being at the house.
I grew into being a hermit apparently.
Like Lindsay will tell you, it's like pulling nails to get me to go out to eat and shit. I like doing it. We do date nights, especially if we go to like Red Crab and shit. But like, you know, I don't mind chilling at the house. And then when I'm alone, if I'm at a house, I'd just rather be in the garage fucking building something or trying to take over the world.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Yes, Nessa, that's exactly right. I was going to touch on this real fast, but
With
definitely
love, you forgot, and sex. Every day with love and sex.
But definitely not knowing the cause and exact reason your loved one passed is beyond heartbreaking. And in fact, that was one of the questions I asked Kayla is once I bring, you know, the psychic and all those other people here, would she want to be here? And she was like, fuck no.
What? Oh, you mean in the
studio, yeah.
When are you doing this?
It's going to be happening. I gotta get all the bookings confirmed and everything.
Who?
The psychic, tarot, and there's 3 different people.
Really?
Yeah.
God, they better not come in here with some wackadoo shit, man.
Man,
Well,
they don't need to read my shit.
whoever wants to do it, whoever's brave enough to do it, I'm willing to because I don't give a fuck. I don't have anything to hide, and there's nothing really.
I don't want to know.
No skeletons in my dead
I
closet.
don't want. This ain't about skeletons in my closet. This is about. I don't want to know what happens. I make my own future.
Yeah.
All right, you know what?
My ball.
You know what? Fuck it,
Only
I'll do
2
it.
things I got in this
I'll
world
do
is
it
my
too.
balls and my word, and I break them for nobody.
You know what? Fuck it, I'll do it too. I'll do it.
I don't know why anybody wants their
Kayla
fortune
says
told.
I do. Wait, what?
I don't want a
Turn it over
fortune
to
told.
me.
I don't want to know what's going to happen.
No. This is the one that talks to your dead relatives and then. Basically, yeah. It's not the ones that's gonna.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then no.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I
figured you would have been out.
I feel like since I got
No,
Dad's ashes in the house, I feel like he hangs around anyways.
So-
Like we
Yeah.
just kick it and shit.
So
you know
one
what
of
I'm
them,
Yeah.
one of them is the fortune teller, which is going to tell you your future, right?
Okay, well,
Then
that's fine.
Then the other one, and you can choose to stay, or tune in, or tune out.
saying? Rather do the psychic.
Is going to be the one about your past.
Long Island medium
About-
shit.
You know what?
Yes.
You know what? You know what I think that one would do?
What?
That one that talks to the people on the other side and shit.
Yeah, that's so we have one of those as well.
She'll probably look at me and say, Patrick? And I'll go, yeah.
You went to the other
And
side
so-
already.
and-
yeah, exactly. That's
and,
I know.
and she'll tell me that I probably went to the other side already.
well, don't give them fucking content in case they tune in.
No.
Hold on,
If
hold
they
on,
ask
let me
you
finish.
any information at all, be like, "Look, I want you to come on the show,
Yeah.
completely uneducated about us
Exactly.
whatsoever,
Right.
open
Well, that's kind
forum."
of why I haven't really been plugging it too much. I kind of been hinting about it here and there, but I don't want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
you just understand. You know that if they've watched any episode, that they've delved a little bit into our personal lives.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of why I really wanted to do it early on before we had 30-something episodes. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of, they could pull, obviously.
they're like, you seem. They look at me. and They're like, you're very emotional, aren't you? What gave you the first fucking clue?
Oh,
Last 5 episodes,
episode
like-
34?
Right? You like
You-
to say balls a lot.
There's round objects appearing when I think of your aura, and like you.
And there's
you
two of
say
them.
there's a word that you say a lot. It's like plural. I'm seeing a bee.
Right.
I'm like AWLS balls, bitch. Jesus.
But no,
Just kidding.
No, what I'm saying is that the one that can, talk to the people on the other side, she'll
Right.
probably just get up and slap me in the face, and she'll look at me and goes, "That's from your mother.
Well, good. I hope
That's
she does.
from your mom. You need to straighten your shit up right now." That's what
So
she's saying.
yeah, she said, dust yourself off, and you got this. That's what she'll say.
Well, the good thing is if they
No, that's not what she'll say.
Just say. Just
no, the good
yes.
thing is if they do start saying some stuff, then I can verify whether. I mean, not just you, obviously, but I can also.
Man, I hope
double
she
verify.
About
she
what?
contacts spirits in this
Certain
fucking house, man. As a
I
matter
know
of fact,
that's the other reason.
when
why.
I go to the Conjuring
Exactly,
House,
Christy.
when I go to the Conjuring House on it's gonna be December 4th. I'm going to the Conjuring House.
How do I get tickets to go to this?
You have to. It's
How do I get
it's
this?
booked. My SVP just happened to get a slot. It's insanely booked since the movie or whatnot. But we should do some kind of FaceTime. I mean, I'm going to Facebook Live anyways. But when I go do the investigation of the Conjuring House, we should see if you guys can get on and if I can like I guess FaceTime or Zoom or whatever the fuck.
Man,
I
wish we could do the.
It's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be pitch black, so I don't know if it's gonna.
We can go through what you call it right here.
Well, what I was gonna say is it'd be
StreamYard.
awesome is if we had one of the 4K cameras. What?
Look at the last comment.
Boobs. Boobs.
Ghost boobs.
Ghost boobs. Nice. Oh, we got some more songs.
Is it considered cheating if you sleep with a ghost, babe?
Hey, that's a good thing that at least you're asking before you do it.
when we went to the haunted Hill House in Gainesville, apparently one of the one of the old stories, it was a brothel.
Yeah. The one in Fort Worth was.
And Curtis, I don't know if it made my boy Curtis. I don't know if it made it onto the Facebook Live. He's like,
I like Lindsay's comment.
We're sitting there. We're trying to contact. we're trying to contact quote unquote.
He says, "Fuck you."
we're contacting quote unquote ghosts, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, ah, damn it! I just want to know because it's supposed to be a brothel, and Curtis like, I just want to know when I'm getting my reach around. It was fucking hilarious. Oh, it was good.
God,
All right.
so many dirty thoughts.
Yeah.
Man, we are.
Hey,
what are we?
next time you go to one of those, let me know.
Oh, we're past.
Bring the cameras.
If you want to,
We got the lenses.
We can rent the one out, dude. The one in Gainesville
I'll get
is open all the time.
I'll get all the other stuff.
And there's also
I have
there's
all
a sanitarium we can book too.
Oh, and look, we got lasers, so we can see the outline.
Yeah, and laser grid.
Yep, laser grid. Yep, we got all that.
There's a sanitarium. I'll find out. We can book that too. An
Fuck
actual
yeah.
like an old
And
sanitarium.
is there any
closed
way
down.
we could actually stay like an entire night?
At the haunted Hill House you can.
Fuck.
There's nowhere to really
Yes.
sleep, but it's not like we're gonna fucking
I don't
sleep
give a
anywhere.
shit. Yeah, we ain't gonna sleep. You know that.
So there's a little kitchen area where
Andy
you
will be behind me. I'll be looking forward. Andy be looking backwards with cameras.
so there's
Patrick will be to the right.
there's a
Holy
To the
shit!
left.
What was that? Oh my God!
there was a kitchen area where you set up and like a dining area where you can like drink and set up and if you bring your food and whatnot.
Dude.
It's just so you know
We
it's
got 5 cameras.
it's
We're good.
if you go during the winter, it's fucking cold in this house. They don't.
Yeah.
I doubt they have heat. There's actually.
Oh, I'll be fine. But Kayla,
There's an old-
she'll be a popsicle.
There's an old well in the middle of the house.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. There's the whole theory of well water.
Yeah.
The minerals and whatnot in well water is supposed to
spirits travel
conduct
through
energy
bodies.
through. Yeah, it's supposed to basically promote the spirits being there. and
I
whatnot.
hate well water.
Well, any type of body of water, that's why they always check. One of the first things they check for is any type of lake, stream, or anything, body of water near.
Yeah.
And
So that it has a well, that's fucking even worse.
like when I went, we did have a ball actually. So we put a light pod in the center of the room, and it was the kids' room. And the light pod has lights on all sides, and it's basically an EMF, and it lights up where the electric field is.
Yeah.
And I started bouncing the ball, and it started going off. And then I was like, "Do you like that?" And it flashed again. So I started stomping on the floor to see if that's what, because it bounced the ball, and I stomped on the floor, and it wouldn't do it.
Right.
I'm at least 4 feet away from this thing. I'm like not even close.
Yeah.
And so I bounced the ball again, and it starts to light up again. And then I had a little EMF detector, and the thing shot through the fucking roof. Like it went from a 0.5 to like a 155.
Nice.
And so I was like, I got a kid. I like to play catch. We like to throw the ball. I'll roll the ball. So I roll the ball, and it rolls like an angle around the pod. The light follows the ball, and it legitimately rolls around and rolls back. You hear Curtis in the background as it comes back to me going, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
And so we did. If it only did it once, it's got to be the floor, this and that. So we roll it again, and the pod does kind of follow the ball, but it rolls over to the other side of the room. Mm-hmm. Curtis and Mark are the people I'm with. They're not even near the pod. They're on the other side of the room trying to film this on their phone or whatnot. But it's dark in there. You can't see shit.
You gotta have a low light.
I
lens.
get up
And
to-
that's what Sony is best about.
I get up to go get the ball
Mm-hmm.
and just pick it up, and the pod lights up like a fucking Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. And then I go and sit down. I sit at a different area of the pod, and I roll the ball again. I was like, all right, I'm going to throw the ball again. If you still want to play, roll it back to me. And shit you not, hand to God. And they both saw it happen. Mm-hmm. Both saw it. Rolled it. it rolls around and it's not like it rolled around and then rolled off back over this way. It rolled around the pod and rolled back to me, like directly to me. And it's happened twice. And here's the thing. I supposedly got scratched, and the reason I say supposedly is because it's dark in there, and I very easily could have rubbed up against something.
Yeah. Where? Back?
Yeah, it was
Lower, upper?
Lower back.
Uh-huh.
Lower back, like right here. I have a picture of it somewhere. Like Mark took a picture of it with my phone and whatnot. But what it felt like,
how many was it? 1, 2, 3 scratches? How many?
It just looked like 2 little ones.
Close together spacing, or
like welts. You know, they were swelling up. But the thing is, so you know how you feel when like your T-shirt rubs you raw in a spot or something like that. That's what it felt like. That's what made me grab it. And it's like I felt like mosquito bites. And then I turn around and they're like shine a light on it, and they're like, dude, check this out. And they show me a picture. But the thing is, it was so dark in there. There's a staircase that you go down. I literally could have rubbed up against anything. The only thing that really did it for me was the ball coming back to me twice. Yeah. That kind of fucked with me a little bit. I was like, I still have yet to truly see.
Where were you, and what were you doing whenever you felt the pain from when you went to check?
I was in the kitchen. And the reason that I was like, so there's what's called the angry cowboy. So one of the superstitions. It's an upstairs kitchen, not the one where you get ready. And the superstition is he likes to scratch anybody that gets aggressive. He also likes to hurt women too as well. And there's a card game set up. And so like I was doing everything I could. Like I was up there by myself. Like Mark and Curtis were downstairs, and there's somebody else that was with us that was downstairs too as well, and I was up there by myself like for at least 45 minutes, and I'm in the kitchen pretending like I'm playing cards, and I'm saying things like, I look at his hand and I'm like, well, you got the winning hand, but I'm taking your chips anyways. And I was like saying, I heard, doing things like, I heard you like to hurt women, like I really doubt
so you were egging them on.
Oh yeah, I was like, if this stuff's real, I want to, like, I was like, here I am, do something. But like I said, like my arms were out, like that didn't really, the welts on my back didn't really do it for me. Truthfully, it was dark in there. To me, I really could have rubbed up against something.
That's why I asked you, where were you at when you felt the pain?
It was in the kitchen. It was in the kitchen, but it wasn't. The ball rolling back to me from 2 different angles, actually going around the pod and like coming to I was sitting Indian style, and it came back. That's what did it for me. But at the same time, it's not enough for me. That's why I'm going to this conjuring house. Like my whole bucket list is I want like a true
undeniable.
I felt something grab my ear, and it felt like the fucking devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's like, you're fucking crazy. No, I don't want this stuff to follow me home.
On his back.
I don't want any of this to follow me home. And the person I'm going with is an ordained minister, and we say a prayer before we go in, and we say a prayer when we leave too as well. We take it, that kind of stuff very seriously. But I want like true, without a doubt. And I don't even, I hope I could get something on camera, but if something proves it to me that there's something else walking around us, then that's what I want. What I'm saying, I want that true bucket list experience, like where I'm like, never, something's definitely out there.
Nessa said, was it the reach around from the ghost?
Yeah,
love it.
I mean, I'm not looking to get rough with a ghost. So
Lindsay says, I'm too scared to go with him. No way.
And Curtis was the one looking for the reach around, not me. I'm not really. I don't like. If, like I said, I want to be scared. I don't want a sexual ghost experience.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't want to be the guy like, fuck the ghost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Knock that off my bucket list.
You fuck some air. Good job. Like,
right?
Like, do you feel better about yourself? I mean, what the fuck? No. But yeah, I hope to.
I did something similar. My grandma's house was haunted, and there was a guy named Harry Benson, which I'm sure some of my relatives can fill in the blanks on the story, but he apparently hung himself in the living room. But he had this room that nobody went into in this house, right? And he built kites and stuff, and that's apparently, I guess, how he took care of his mom. Basically, his mom fell ill and everything else, and so he built kites and sold them and stuff in order to, I guess, provide food and everything else. And anyway, his mom ended up passing, and he ended up hanging himself in the living room on a chandelier or whatever. And so, I heard about the story when I was a little kid. So of course, when I got older and me being a smart ass and me being who I am and everything else, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go fuck with this guy. So I went in there and I went into his room, took a Bible, started reading verses, and then took a cross, set it up on his actual workbench.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yep. I was like, I'm egging this motherfucker on.
Like, if there's something to show me,
Yep.
show me.
And so,
Don't come home with me, but show me.
That was the other thing too. Is they said you set anything on this workbench where he built the kites, it will not be there. Like, and it was completely empty when I was there. So I set the cross right in the middle on it, face up, and then walked around the room, did the Bible verse. And I mean, this room's probably the size of my master and this room combined. It's a big freaking room. And so closed the door, left, and then of course that night I'm laying in bed and then I hear, and I'm like, by the third step, I'm counting. And I'm going, okay, 11, 12, 13. And I'm like, and the steps are getting louder and louder. And I'm like going, oh, fuck.
You pissed them off.
I pissed them off. And then all of a sudden I hear the door open, right? And I'm like, oh, shit, I can't look. And then I felt something literally at the end of my bed. And I'm like, and it was cold. I can remember it chill. And it was cold as fuck. And I'm like, I'm not opening my eyes. And I just laid there. And I'm like, I want to open my eyes. And I'm like, don't do it. And then finally, I don't know what happened, whatever. I ended up going to sleep. But the next morning, I woke up and I'm like, I got to check that fucking room. Sure enough, I opened that door and that cross was laying by the door upside down. It had traveled 20 to 30 feet from the bench. That's why I was telling you how big this room
You're
was.
the one that's closing your eyes. I open them.
Oh, dude, I was like, I know.
Show me, motherfucker. You come into my room. I'm trying to sleep. I sleep in the nude. I don't need you to see me like this. Shit. You know what? I'll sleep on my stomach so when he comes in there, he can kiss my ass.
Oh, he'll do
Scare
more than
me.
kiss your ass.
Quit biting my foot.
That Lizzie says, oh, hell no.
Yeah, there's been some. There's some.
She says, I'm saging the house when you get back.
There's.
Hey, actually, no bullshit. This room, I have seen an entity in this room. And Cherry, who we were talking about earlier, her and I both saw it. It was in here.
If there's somebody here, I give you permission to use the power of the computers and all these shits that's plugged in. There's watts of the lights and stuff. Make yourself present and shut everything off now.
Hey, where's the breaker?
See?
Let me
Yeah, where's the breaker? Someone go
Damn it.
downstairs and hit it.
Devin's got somebody hiding in the garage. Hey, it's me, little leprechaun.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. No, but yeah, I mean, I've yet to. The only time I've ever had a reaction to what I've asked is that ball, and other than that, but we can book that place. There's I'll get the name of the sanitarium from. Well, again, I don't want to throw everybody's name out there that I go do all this with, but
No, just
because we mouth off a lot on this podcast. So, but yeah, I'll get the name of it, and then of course we can plan something for me going live in December if you want to see what happens at the Conjuring house. And yes, this is the same house that's based the movie's based on that I'm going to.
hell yeah. Is it
And
here
then-
locally?
And then so no, it's in Rhode Island. I'm going on
Oh,
a trip. So here's the deal is so I read up the supposed real story. I know this is all, man-made stories and whatnot, but the daughters and whatnot are still alive. And so what was falsified in that movie is Ed and Lorraine Warren were not ever authorized by the church to actually do the exorcism. So they actually never did it. And because the kids weren't baptized, the Catholic Church didn't do it either, just like the movie said. So supposedly, and the name of the demon that's there is Bathsheba, is supposedly still there. Supposedly. But I've seen the pictures of this house. They've got it decked out with Ouija boards and shit and stuff like that. So we'll see just how real it is when we go.
We're going to record everything. We're going to need like 30 SD
Well,
cards.
this one's going to be me because I'm flying out for this. And this is the Conjuring house, where I'm talking about. Where we can go is in Gainesville.
Oh, okay, shit.
So December, I'm going to the Conjuring House, and then we can go to Gainesville anytime. Like, all we got to do is find a weekend that's open. We can book it. I think it's like $150 for the night or something. I got to look it up.
Well, I'll fly up there with you to Rhode Island.
Sure. You got all those miles, don't you?
No,
We got free flights.
I have free
Even
flights.
better.
That's what I mean. Like,
I have free flights.
I'd have to ask the people I'm going with. I
No,
was
it's all right,
invited.
man.
That's why I was like, it's people from work.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Yeah,
Kayla
it's okay.
says, red rum.
Yeah. No, that's all right, man. I mean, we can go to the one in Gainesville.
Nessa said, we lived in a spooky house for years. Our dogs acted weird, got birds, and they died suddenly. We had to move. So was that the catalyst for you to move, that all this weird shit started happening? You're like, I'm getting the fuck out. Cause
That's what I always
think
makes me laugh
you have
about
to
those
disclose.
movies. Like, that's the thing that makes me laugh about those movies is like, the fuck do you doing staying there? Then again, I know
the motherfucker will travel with you.
No, they stay there when like they move in the house and all this shit starts happening and they just stay there. Fuck that. But then again, I know selling a house and buying a house is a pain in the fucking ass. So I kind of get I understand the like, let's see what happens aspect. So, but
Shit, me, I'd be putting more cameras up everywhere. I'm like, I'm gonna film this fucking shit. Some
Right.
shit's going down.
yeah, I
I'm
probably
fucking
would
filming.
too. Like at this point in life, especially with how sensationalized it is on TV, I'd probably put up fucking cameras. Back then,
yeah.
I probably would have moved out. I'd probably been like, fuck this. My kids are in danger. I got to roll.
So I remember Gucci when I had her, she was downstairs and she kept fucking finding this one spot to go pee and poop and whatever inside the house. So I put one of those motion detective cameras on. Oh yeah, this shit was going off at like 3:30 a.m. and 4.
Yeah.
I was like, oh hell, fucking no.
We're running 30 minutes over.
Finally, I just pulled that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Been
it is.
talking for 2.5
Wow.
hours.
Right?
30 minutes.
Oh shit.
And
Animals were dying, house caught on fire, other things. Holy shit, I need to hear some of this.
Yeah.
All right, but
See,
we'll have to hear it on the next time.
See, like I do an exorcism and
Can
watch
hear
the
it on
house rumble.
Wednesday.
I want that kind of experience.
Right?
Like,
Exactly.
motherfucker, there really is something. I want to be able to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's something that goes bump in the night.
Right. Well, we have enough equipment and enough cameras and everything else. We could definitely film it.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
She said I was a teenager and moved the fuck out. Nope.
Yeah.
All right, peeps.
All right, everybody. Appreciate you tuning in.
Appreciate you
For
hanging
all
out
of
for
the-
30 minutes, like after the show's supposed to be over. Appreciate that.
Appreciate the after hour party with all y'all.
Yes, appreciate you tuning in.
Love all the comments. Man, we went the whole full spectrum
Yeah,
tonight.
no doubt. Spread the word. It's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm on every Monday, and then these two crazy motherfuckers next to me. This is their show. They're on Wednesdays and Fridays. So tell your friends about us.
Yeah, we'll be back on.
And Nessa, I'm interested in going out to this house if it still exists.
Yeah.
Especially since I know it's in Carrollton. That ain't
Right,
far
right.
from us.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, anyway, y'all have a great night. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Love you long time.
Like a deaf kid playing musical chairs, we are out.
Yeah. See y'all.
Deuces.
Deuce.